All swimmers, the pool will close at 5:15. That's 10 minutes. All swimmers, the pool will close at 5:15. Senior swimmers, make your way over to the start end of the pool so we can get ready to go. Pool closes in 9 minutes. The pool closes in 9 minutes. Seniors, if you're not yet by the start end of the pool with your team, please get over there ASAP. Seniors, head to the start end of the pool as soon as possible, like right now. Pool closes in 6 minutes. Swimmers, the pool closes in 6 minutes. Swimmers, the pool closes in 4 minutes. Swimmers, pool closes in 4 minutes.
Mic check, mic check.
Swimmers, the pool closes in 3 minutes.
Mic check. Can you hear me?
Swimmers,
Mic check,
the pool
mic check.
closes in 3 minutes. That's right, Coach Ammerman. 3 minutes. Can you count to 3, Coach? Swimmers, please clear the pool. Swimmers, please clear the pool. Swimmers, please clear the pool. We need to get started with senior recognition in 1 minute. Swimmers, please exit the pool. Swimmers, exit the pool. Jory Blauer, how are we doing? Oh my gosh, I think we have all our swimmers and teams lined up. Fans, tonight, Illinois Swimming would like to recognize our graduating senior student athletes who have meant so much to the development of our programs through their leadership, plus their academic and athletic excellence. We ask you to turn your attention to the start end of the pool. We'll be announcing our teams and athletes. They're lined up by team alphabetically, and then hopefully within the team alphabetically by person. I'm going to give you the name of the team, the swimmer, the college that he or she is attending. At the end of each team, let's give them one big clap. That way they know that we recognize them. Here we, oh, by the way, athletes, step forward when you hear your name. Oh, athletes, here we go. Okay, we begin with the Academy Bullets. Caleb Carlson going to Drury University. Audrey, do me a favor, we got to wait till we go through the whole team or this will take forever. Caleb Carlson going to Drury. Audrey Coffey going to University of Nebraska. William Camps going to University of Pennsylvania. Samantha Lorick going to Grand Valley State. Kennedy Lavelle going to University of Toledo. Tyler McLaren going to Davidson College. Horace Chow going to Brown. Gary Rockwood going to Niagara. Grace Rogowski going to Lehigh. Ryan Seago going to Miami. Cameron Stride going to University of Cincinnati. Ross Urso going to Elgin Community. Spencer Walker going to the University of Alabama. And Connie Zhang going to Dartmouth. How about one big clap for Academy? Okay. Next from our next team, we welcome Bloomington Normal, Emily Swigert off to Marist College. Let's hear it for Emily Swigert. Our next team from Bloomington Normal Waves, Sydney Kennedy. Sydney's off to the University of Illinois. Our next team from Cats, we welcome Nick Baginski going to MIT. Austin Stevenson going to the University of Missouri St. Louis. Megan Wong going to Illinois Wesleyan. And Emily Wong going to Carroll. Welcome, congrats, Cats. Up next, from the Chicago Wolfpack, Lauren Cox off to Georgetown. Anna Peterson off to Williams College. Jacob Furlong off to Penn. Ezra Mizgala off to Northwestern. And Michael Schimmel off to Case Western. From Delta Aquatics, Mari Kraus off to the University of South Carolina. Georgia White to Ohio State. Kate Munier to Colorado State. Ryan Netzel to the University of Wyoming. From the Dunlap Dolphins, Emily Smith to St. Louis University. Emma Theobald to Northwestern. Jack Rohde to Illinois. From the Glenview Titans, Val Tarazzi to Auburn. Thank you. From Highland Park, Rachel Wander to Harvey Mudd. Hannah Wander to Middlebury. From the Joliet Jets, Raina Harder to Worcester Polytechnic Institute. That's easy for you to say. Jordan Ovanich to Western Illinois. From Lions, Henry Clayson to Virginia Tech. From the Maverick Swim Club, Jansen Gamilla to St. Louis University. Natalia Castillo to Washington. Natalie Lafferty to Carleton. Dominic May to Valparaiso. Anna Scoville to the University of Illinois Chicago. From Midway Aquatics, Amber Huo to Michigan. And Horace Shue to Swarthmore. From the Mundelein Mustangs, Nick Jasinski to Caltech. Patrick McInerney to the Illinois Institute of Technology. From NASA Wildcats, Cassidy Coughlin to Texas Christian. Olivia Lantry to Denison. From New Trier, Tommy Barr to the University of Minnesota. Sydney Colborn to the University of Miami, Ohio. Patrick Gridley to Northwestern. Ryan Gridley to Northwestern. Margaret Guanci to the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Ariella Katz to Denison. Shannon Carney to NC State. Lily Kurzidlo to Northwestern. Pearson Orr to Cornell. Charlie Scheinfeld to Texas Austin. Ian Vandergraaf to Drury. And Vivian Wu to the University of Chicago. From Patriot, Isa Pelka to Tulane. Nicole Pinter to Arizona State. Eva Holson to WashU St. Louis. From Reach Aquatics, Becca Ballo, University of Illinois, Chicago. And Josh DeLordo, University of Illinois, Chicago. From the Sheridan swim team, Alexis Krogman, Truman State University. From St. Charles swim team, Audrey Guyette to Missouri. Keenan Hawkins to Grand Valley State. Kayla Jones to Missouri. From Springfield YMCA, Spencer Holm to Nova Southeastern. From Swift Aquatics, Jared Brown to Rose Hulman. Dan Puchko to Harvard. From Westmont, Stephanie Bowater to WashU. Owen Gauzer to Grand Valley State. Lauren Johnson to UI Chicago. Alex Canuti to the University of Miami, Ohio. Andrew Laval to Indiana. Peyton Leinhardt to Vermont. Thomas Willemse to Fairfield. Jeffrey Vitek to Johns Hopkins. And our final swimmer we recognize from the Wheaton Swim Club, Claire Russell, off to Bryant University. Hey, how about a big hand to our Seaper seniors? Yeah, baby. All right. Before we do the anthem and before we get the meet started, quiet please. Quiet please. We have a 400 swim off from this morning. We're swimming off Michaela Herwig from Academy Bullets and Sloan Lightfoot from Delta. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please rise and turn to the American flag against the east wall as we play our national anthem.
And we're back here at the 2018 Illinois Swimming Championships B final women's 200-meter individual medley. In lane 4, in lanes 3 and 4, Isabella Patel and Sydney Van Overmaren out of Academy Bullets in their breaststroke leg, battling it out for the lead right now.
So the 200 individual medley, much different race than the 400 individual medley. Last night we were calling a long race. A lot of transitions, a much quicker pace, much quicker transitions, have to get into their strokes. So off of lane number 4 right now, you saw Van Overmaren just kind of kick up right into her breakout, into her freestyle. Look how she widened her lead just off that breakout within itself.
Van Overmaren has a body length lead now as they swim the last 25 meters of this 200 meter. She is swimming a strong freestyle. Just below her, though, in lane 3 is Isabella Patel, also swimming strongly.
226 is the sectional, or excuse me, the futures cut, and she's way under that one.
As they approach that wall, it is Sydney Van Overmaren. 225.06 is her time. On to the A final here.
So the voice of the pool deck will introduce our A final, as we have been over the last couple nights.
Here in the championship of the women's 200 IM, in lane 1 from Palatine, Sophia Kuhn. In lane 2 from St. Charles, Alyssa Brault. In lane 3 from Academy, Cameron Stride. In lane 4 from NASA, Annika Wagner. In lane 5 from Lions, Callahan Dunn. In lane 6 from Delta, Mariana Kraus. In lane 7 from New Trier, Casey Venn. In lane 8 from New Trier, Audrey Richardson. In lane 9 from Academy, Allison Penrod. And in lane 10 from Academy, Natalie Ungaretti.
All right, 200 individual medley A final. Callahan Dunn, our top seed, with a 222.79. Callahan has got a shot at that junior national time standard of 220.99. If you're not familiar with the progressions in USA Swimming, as the athletes go from the championship meets in their LSC to the Speedo sectionals to the futures meet in USA Swimming, they're climbing different levels of the sport. That next level, that 5% of the athletes within USA Swimming that are 18 and under swim at the USA Swimming Junior Nationals, is quite an elite group. And then the 1% at the Phillips 66 National Championships. And we'll have some athletes that will make those cuts this evening, so we'll make sure we recognize those.
Absolutely. As they finish their butterfly leg, the first to touch on that is Annika Wagner, 30-30 on her split time as they move on to the backstroke now.
And notice how quickly they're in and out of the transitions. A little bit differently. They're in a much quicker tempo. The backstroke being a key leg in the 200 IM. Annika came right out into that backstroke breakout. Or is that Callahan? Callahan actually came out into that backstroke breakout just smoothly. She didn't pop up. She actually pulled forward as she broke out. From breakout means going from the bottom underneath the water to swimming on top of the water.
Callahan has that lead now as they finish their backstroke and they go into the breaststroke leg. 35.85 is her split time. Fastest woman in the pool.
So Marissa Kraus did a back-to-breast transition. If you're watching the athletes when they go from back to breast, you'll either see them do an open turn where they grab the touchpad and pull themselves into the wall, or they actually do a rotational turn. Now that turn theoretically could be much quicker, but it does deprive you of some oxygen when you do it.
Let's keep an eye on Annika Wagner. She's gaining some ground here in this breaststroke leg.
Got some of our best swimmers in the LSC in this particular event. Callahan swimming again, another strong leg here. Let's see if she can get in and out of this last wall.
Let's keep an eye on Casey Venn as well. She's swimming a strong breaststroke as she turns.
Annika Wagner, you're right. Casey Venn, 39.66. Yep. Outstanding breaststroke split there. The only one under 40 in the field.
In lane
Here comes
5
Annika.
Is Callahan Dunn, slight lead, but right below her is Annika Wagner as they swim the last 25 meters. Annika Wagner is gaining
Callahan
ground
senses
on that
she's
freestyle.
there. She answered.
Annika Wagner in lane 4 is taking over that lead, Tony. Last 10 meters as they reach for that final wall. It looks like it'll be Annika Wagner.
And Annika with a 220.92 achieves a junior national time standard by 8/100ths of a second. Great swim, or excuse me, 220.34. Callahan also got the junior national time standard, so the top 2 swimmers junior national cut.
Excellent. As we move on to the men now in the 200-meter individual medley. This is the C final. In lane 1, we have Matthew Felber out of Academy Bullets. In lane 2, we have Srbola Filipovic out of St. Charles. In lane 3, we have Nathaniel Baxter, also out of St. Charles. In lane 4, Andrew Vorobev out of Highland Park. Wheaton Swim Club is in lane 5. That is Andrew Dye. In lane 6 is Michael Bennington from Ultimate Swimming. Out of Palatine Park, in lane 7 is Evan Stiegel. Lane 8 is Nolan Fergus out of Academy Bullets. In lane 9 is Jacob Shapiro from Glenview. And in lane 10 is Richard Williams from St. Charles.
As we go through this competition, you and I get to see a lot of racing, so we know who are going to have certain strong legs in particular races. And Andrew Dye here, look for him to be one of the strong flyers on the way out.
Fastest
in this particular race.
C time in this final for Andrew Dye in lane 5 as they swim the butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle is the order of the disciplines in this individual medley.
Strong leg out there in lane number 8.
27.96.
Nolan Fergus.
In lane 3, that is Nathaniel Baxter.
Look at the breakout for lane number 3, Baxter. You just called it. He had a strong push-off, great body line underwater, and just continued to drive through his breakout on backstroke.
Strong swim also. Let's keep an eye on lane 8. That is Nolan Fergus out of Academy Bullets, swimming strongly for his backstroke.
And he's attacking that backstroke leg here.
In lane 3, that is Nathaniel Baxter again.
Let's watch the back-to-breast transitions. Many open turns here. Let's see if anybody does a back-to-breast turn, and that was out there in lane number 9. Shapiro with a back-to-breast transition, made up a couple places by being quick in and out of his wall. Not necessarily that the turn is that much faster, but it gets the kids to focus on being fast in and out of the transition.
Nolan Fergus with a great transition there. He's got a slight lead as they swim that breaststroke.
Here comes Dye, middle of the pool.
And again, let's also keep an eye on, you just said it, Nathaniel Baxter. He's swimming strongly.
All right, futures cut, 212.79. Many of these athletes have achieved the Speedo sectional time standard. Dye may have a slight lead going into the wall. Let's see who can close it.
It is Andrew Dye. 39.21 was his split there. As they go into the freestyle here, it is Andrew Dye.
Baxter came off the wall strong in lane number 3 as well, and he's breathing out of his right side, so he sees his competition. Saw how that affected the girls' heat. When you have that one side breathing where your competition is, you can sneak up on them.
In lane 3, Nathaniel Baxter gaining some ground, but Andrew Dye is holding off all challengers as they swim the last 10 meters, and it will be Andrew Dye finishing first. 2:13.81 is his time. As we move on to the B final. In lane 1, Tyler McLaren out of Academy Bullets. St. Charles in lane 2, that is Austin Cable. In lane 3, it'll be Ryan Seago from Academy Bullets. Nathaniel Gunther is in lane 4 from New Trier. Springfield YMCA is in lane 5, that's Spencer Hom. Benjamin Kimmel is in lane 6 out of Academy. Luke Maurer, lane 7 out of NASA. In lane 8 is Jack Zhang from Patriot Aquatic. Chicago Wolfpack is in lane 9, Julian Green there. And Foster Swanson is in lane 10 from Unattached.
So keep an eye on some of the stronger flyers here. I know that Ben Kimmel is somebody to watch on the fly leg. He is in lane number 6, the fastest seed time, 2:14.22 by Spencer Home. And they are just off the futures time standards.
Let's keep an eye on Nathaniel Gunther as well in lane 4. As they dive and start their butterfly
Watch the
stroke.
breakouts. Strong breakouts, almost to 15 meters for our strongest flyers in the middle of the pool. That looks like lane number 3, Ryan Seago.
Very strong off the blocks there for Ryan Seago.
Ben Kimmel. Watch Ben as he builds through his first 50. In other words, not spending it all on the first 25, keeping those hips up and start driving your tempo to the wall.
Benjamin Kimmel in lane 6 as they transition to that backstroke now.
Looks like your leader at 27.80 is Ryan
Seago
Seago.
in lane 3.
Ryan out of Academy. Strong backstroke breakout in lane number 4 right next to Ryan, and that was Gunther.
As we mentioned before.
Here comes Ben on his backstroke leg.
Also in lane 6, Ben Kimmel. As the swimmers swim the final 10 meters of their backstroke. Let's check out those split times.
Back to breast turn over there in lane number 6. That was Kimmel.
33.90.
See how they come out.
Well, Spencer Holm, though, with a great split there in lane 5.
So it's remember that as they go into the backstroke finish, they actually have to touch the wall with their hands. So it is not a backstroke turn. They actually have to finish the backstroke. Same way when they get down to this opposite end on the turn end, they actually have to touch the wall with both hands before going into freestyle. So the event kind of demands that you finish each stroke before you transition into the next.
In lanes 3 and 4, Ryan Seago and Nathaniel Gunther both swimming strongly on their breaststroke. Let's check out those split times. Nathaniel Gunther, 39.72 on that split there.
All right, let's see who's got the closing speed. Gunther comes off with some strong legs.
Yes, he does. He has a slight lead, about a shoulder length ahead. I correct that. In lane 7, that is Luke Maurer taking over the lead with a very strong freestyle as they approach the last 15 meters here. Nathaniel Gunther in lane 7, reaching for that wall. Nathaniel,
Luke Maurer.
correction, Luke Maurer.
You called it, Luke Maurer.
29.58 on that split, 2:12.25 on that final
time.
time.
He did get a futures time standard with that 2:12.25. Great closing speed, as you called it. Now down to the voice of the pool deck to call our finalists.
For the men's 200 IM. In lane 1 from Academy, Jack O'Connor. In lane 2 from Glenview Titans, Ryan Purdy. In lane 3 from St. Charles, Keegan Hawkins. In lane 4 from the Peoria Water Wizards, Justin Alderson. In lane 5 from the West Chicago Sharks, Nicholas Vance. In lane 6 from the Glenview Titans, Max Ida. In lane 7 from Academy, William Camps. In lane 8 from Academy, Horace Chow. In lane 9 from the Dunlap Dolphins, Daniel Matlock. And in lane 10 from the Glenview Titans, Judd Fishman.
All right, so let's talk about some of the swimmers we've been watching. Nick Vance, who set a prelim 400 individual medley meet record. We also watched last night when we saw William Camps, a really strong final swim in his 400 individual men. Watch Max Ida, outstanding breaststroker from GTAC.
Yeah, when I saw the names here in this final, obviously Nicholas Vance, William Camps, that was a great race yesterday. Those two battled it out to the very end. But again, we also have other very qualified swimmers in this 200-meter individual medley.
Watch Justin Alderson on the breaststroke leg as well. You're getting a little feedback on that microphone.
Yep.
That's why they stood him up. Watch the breakout here. Outstanding breakouts. Athletes very smooth into that first 25. Nobody's over swimming.
Absolutely, Tony.
Out there in lane number 8. Who is that?
That is Horatio Chow, yeah. Out of Academy Bullets, a very strong start for him.
Over here in lane number 3, strong butterfly leg is Hawkins as well.
As they go into that
All
first
right,
split
again,
time.
here's the transitions are much quicker. It's a hand touch to a foot touch, has to be less than 1.0 seconds. Look at the breakout by Vance. So he knows that he's got to attack that backstroke leg, and he's got a pretty high rate tempo going here.
Yes, he does. Getting off to a strong lead in that backstroke, about a body length now, as they swim the last 25 meters of that backstroke. Again, Nicholas Vance, one of the stars of the meet so far.
2:06.17 is our meet record for 2013. All right, Nick at the wall at under a minute.
Wow.
At 58.41. He is a good 2 seconds ahead of everybody else in the field there. Let's watch the breaststrokers pop up. And again, they got to make a move on him much quicker than they normally would.
Well, this is where, if you remember yesterday, William Camps made his move in the breaststroke to make that a great race, but so far.
Only Max Ida right now seems strong, but out there in lane 8, Horace Chow is making a move as well.
And
so we know that Vance can close.
Right.
Somebody's got to get on his shoulder to make it a race.
As Vance swims those last 10 meters of the breaststroke, we will check that split time as they go into that freestyle. Nicholas Vance, 38.22.
Ida, 36.71 on the breaststroke.
Keegan Hawkins, 35.96. Great split.
Look it over. Yep, you called it. It's going to be hard to outrace Vance with 25 meters to go. Vance has got control of this race.
He does. He's got a body length lead. Again, 25 meters left to go. Nicholas Vance looking to close this thing out. But in lane 3, we have Keegan Hawkins. He's closing ground.
Here comes Camps closing it out like he did in the 400 IM.
Last 10 meters. Can Vance
pool.
hold on?
He does.
He will. Final time there for Nicholas Vance, 2:08.02.
Now we're going to switch over. We got a little bit of time here because we are going from the lake starting blocks down to the water park starting blocks for the 50 freestyle.
This is that C final for the 50-meter freestyle, the women's turn. In lane 1, we have Christian Stiege from Fox Valley. Lions Aquatics has Callahan Dunn in lane 2. Grace Rogowski from Academy Bullets is in lane 3. Julia Polsky in lane 4 from Chicago Wolfpack. Genesis Munoz Aviles, also from Chicago Wolfpack. She is in lane 5. Shannon Kearney out of New Trier is in lane 6. Audrey Guyett is in lane 7 from St. Charles. Ashley Updike is in lane 8 out of Scout. Riley Stone is in lane 9 from Maverick. And in lane 10, we have Georgia White from Delta Aquatics. Again, this is a 50-meter straight sprint for these ladies. So the start obviously has to matter.
You know, the athletes prepare a little bit earlier mentally than trying to loosen up as they swim through the race. The sprinters, they actually had them stand down to make sure that all the athletes were loose and the microphone was ready to go for our starter. What you watch here is the explosiveness off the first 15 meters. The athletes in 50-meter freestyle, their breathing patterns, they may take 1 to 2 breaths the entire 50. So they have to practice this within races, not just within workout.
Too close to call right now, Tony, as they swim those last 25 meters. There is a group here. This is going to be a very, very close race. Who's going to touch that wall first? Maybe lane 1? No, lane 6.
Shannon
Kearney.
27.81.
Great
Kearney's
swim.
time was 28.0, so she lowered her time in finals. No, all right.
On to the B final. In lane 1, we have Callie Prokoviak from Maverick. From New Trier, we have Margaret Guanchi in lane 2. In lane 3, we have Michaela Jasic from Delta. In lane 4, we have Elizabeth Long from Patriot. In lane 5 is Emily Smith from Dunlap. In lane 6 is Drew Petterick from Patriot. In lane 7 is Kellen McDaniels from Peoria. In lane 8 is Megan Cizik from Fox Valley. In lane 9 is Rachel Stiege from Fox Valley. And in lane 10 is Lily Kurzidlo from New Trier Aquatics.
All right, so let's watch in this particular heat. We watch the dive and the breakout, but let's also watch the last 5 meters because that's where places. As we saw, we were watching right at the flags. We were calling lanes 1 and 2, but how many people took over and changed positions inside the flags?
And that's part of the reason why I love these sprints, Tony. Last 25 meters in this B final. Again, very close. Too tough to call right now. Swimmers touching the wall. Who will be first? It is Drew Petteritt.
From Pack.
27.56 is her time.
27.56, just off the Futures time standard.
As we move on to the A final, and our deck announcer.
Here in the championship for the women's 50 free, in lane 1 from Academy, Kara McGowan. In lane 2 from New Trier, Joelle Orr. In lane 3 from Academy, Athena Yee. In lane 4 from Lincoln Way, Caitlin Schreiber. In lane 5 from Academy, Natalie Ungaretti. In lane 6 from the Waves of Bloomington, Anna Poplawski. In lane 7 from NASA, Cassidy Coughlin. In lane 8 from Academy, Allison Penrod. In lane 9 from the Wolfpack, Summer Brainin. And in lane 10 from the Waves of Bloomington, Julia Heimstead.
Meet record 26.22 was set in this meet last year in 2017. I predict we're going to see 2 or 3 girls under that 27-second mark. We'll see if somebody can pop a great swim and knock off that meet record.
Let's keep an eye on lane 5. Natalie Ungaretti, fastest seed time, 27.06.
Wow, is she explosive off the block. Good call there. She pops out ahead just off her
Yes,
breakout.
she does.
Great reaction time, but look at lane 3.
That is Athena Yee out of
Athena
Academy
Yee.
Bullets.
Athena's got to finish this race. She had a great first 25 this morning. Got to finish that race. Here it
Last
comes over
25
there in
meters here.
lane 6. Is Poplawski looking strong on the end of her. A lot of breathing going on before the flags. Let's see who puts their head down and gets to that touchpad.
Final 10 meters here. Who touches that wall first? It is Natalie Ungaretti. 26.57 is her time, Tony.
Second place was Schreiber. Great swim by Schreiber, 27.04. On to the guys 50 freestyle now.
C final. In lane 1, we have Michael Hadjivanov from Glenview Titan. Out of Fox Valley in lane 2 is Brian Doherty. Joshua Delorto is in lane 3 from Reach Aquatics. Out of Cats Aquatic is Ethan Batko in lane 4. Richard Lee is in lane 5 from Patriot. Seth Miller is in lane 6 from Chicago Wolfpack. From Unattached is Frank Erichiello in lane 7. Elliot Chin is in lane 8 from Glenview. Connor Eicher is in lane 9 from Waves Bloomington. And out of Elmhurst is Daniel Baja.
So as we've seen, you're introducing 10 swimmers. We have C, B, and A finals, so 30 swimmers getting the opportunity to swim in this competition. So they're qualifying out of, well over 100 swimmers. These are the top 30 from the preliminary round. So they earned their way to this spot.
They absolutely did. The best of the best, Tony.
So their goal here is to get second swims. And I think coaches will tell you how valuable having the opportunity to come back and improve on the little things that maybe you needed to work on from the morning. And the athletes or the coaches will take either talk to the athletes, talk about their race, give them a visual picture. They'll sometimes videotape these athletes, particularly in these races. They'll show them where they are in the position in the lane. Did you swim a straight line? So as you watch this field of guys, these 3 heats, let's see who swims right down the middle of the lane. And it may seem trivial, but you will find out that hundredths and tenths of seconds make a difference in this finish.
Oh, I believe that. Again, this is a dead sprint, 50-meter freestyle, C final, as the men get in the blocks. Fastest seed time here, 25.11. That is lane 5, Richard Lee.
We're swimming with 2 open lanes here. That's not something that we want to see happen at our championships because they're all alternates to be able to take those places. And you call this one at the 25, it is 4 deep.
Yes, it is very close right now as they swim those last 15 meters.
And that part beside the flags. Watch the flags. It's making a big difference right inside the flags. Who got it?
That is Ethan Batko in lane 4. 24.86 is his time. As we move on to the B final. In lane 1, Ethan Lauder from Funky Fish. From Reach Aquatics in lane 2 is Nicholas Nevins. Luke Maurer is in lane 3 from NASA. Mark Avery is in lane 4 from Maverick. Swift Aquatics is in lane 5. That's Jared Brown. Samuel Caston is in lane 6 out of Fox Valley. Calvin Sandifer is in lane 7 out of Sterling. Delta Aquatics is in lane 8. That's Ryan Netzel. Thomas Willemse is in lane 9 from West Swim Club. And out of Palatine in lane 10 is Gavin Hill.
So we saw Ethan Batko with his 24.86 get that futures time standard. That's 24.89. Let's see how many of these athletes all coming in with sectional cuts, 5 of them with futures cuts, working towards that junior national time standard of under 24 seconds. As we go into our final heat, we'll talk a little bit about the starting block itself and that fin on the back of the block that helps those athletes explode off.
Strong
Great
starts
first
once
25,
again.
lane 8.
Yep, that is Ryan Netzel. But again, way too close here as they swim the final 15 meters.
Lanes
2 and 3. 2 and 3 battling it out, looking like it'll be
Maurer.
Luke Maurer, correction.
What do we talk about? Luke Maurer did what in the 200 IM, came right back and finished well in his 50 freestyle just within minutes of his swims. Great swim.
That's amazing. 24.42 for Luke Maurer.
And that's a futures time standard. On to the voice of the pool deck for our introduction of our championship heat.
In lane 1 from Wheaton, Liam Hutchinson. In lane 2 from the Wolfpack, Bence Shabatos. In lane 3 from Academy, Caleb Carlson. In lane 4 from New Trier, Pierce Bailey. In lane 5 from Academy, Josh Lantow. In lane 6 from Cats, Nick Baginski. In lane 7 from Patriot, Topher Stensby. In lane 8 from Peoria, Justin Alderson. In lane 9 from the Wolfpack, Ezra Mizgala. And in lane 10 from the Wolfpack, Parker Nolan.
All right, keep an eye on Topher Stensby. He is one of the more accomplished athletes we have in the sprints here in our LSC, qualified for senior nationals. That fin on the back, you watch that back foot go up against that fin, and they will use that back leg power to drive them out into the pool.
Let's also keep an eye on Joshua Lanto.
We got a great view over here of that streamlined body position underwater.
Straight sprint for these men in this championship final.
At lane 7, Stensby. Let's see if he finishes off the meet record, 23.80, set back in 2014.
Last 10 meters here in this championship final. Who will it be? And lane 7, you called it.
23.70. That's a new meet record for Stensby.
Topher Stensby is your winner. All right, into our women's 200-meter breaststroke. Event 17.
All right, so we're now on to the awards break. And during our awards break, we will see the awards for the 200 individual medleys and the 50 freestyles.
Xfinity is the official cable and internet provider of Illinois Swimming and the official sponsor of all Illinois Swimming Championship meet webcasts. Speedo is an official sponsor of the Illinois Swimming and all championship meets. At Athletico Physical Therapy, we know there is freedom from pain, and you can get back to doing the things you love. If pain is slowing you down, visit athletico.com/appointments to request your complimentary injury screening and start feeling better today. We are proud to be the official provider of physical therapy for Illinois Swimming. Athletico Physical Therapy, better for every body. The All-American Swim Team store is the official supplier and sponsor of Illinois Swimming and Team Illinois. Oceans Apparel is a proud sponsor of Illinois Swimming. Over the past 17 years, Oceans Apparel has helped organizations raise over $2 million to help support youth athletics. Stop by their booth to pick up your official event merchandise and see all of the different styles and prints they have to offer. Remember to ask the Oceans Apparel representative how they can help raise funds for your organization. Marriott is an official sponsor of USA Swimming. The Labs is a unique, technologically driven swim training and fitness facility. Their custom low pools are equipped with underwater and above water cameras to provide swimmers with a 360-degree view of their stroke, as well as mirrored bottoms for instant visual feedback. Want to give a special thank you to the Mundelein Mustang Swim Club, Highland Park Aquatic Club for hosting the 2018 Senior Long Course Championships. Also briefly want to thank meet directors Matt Hansen, Jory Blauer, and entry chair Melissa Healy. Meet referee Ed Gershberg, and administrative referee Brent Lightfoot, and all of our officials, we say thank you. Would also like to recognize other sponsors, Team Unify, Bag Tags, and Hasty Awards.
Championship finalists for awards in Event 13, the Women's 200 IM. In 10th place, her final time 2:28.66 from Academy, Allison Penrod. In 9th place, her final time 2:27.55 from Palatine, Sophia Kuhn. In 8th place, her final time 2:26.90 from Academy, Natalie Ungaretti. In 7th place, her final time 2:26.03 from St. Charles, Alyssa Brault. In 6th place, her time 2:24.76 from Academy, Cameron Stride. In 5th place, her time 2:24.08 from New Trier, Audrey Richardson. In 4th place, her final time 2:24.02 from Delta, Mariana Kraus. In 3rd place, her final time 2:22.67 from New Trier, Casey Venn. In 2nd place, her final time 2:20.92 from Lyons, Callahan Dunn. And your 2018 Women's Long Course Champion in the 200 individual medley, she went 2:20.34 from NASA. Please congratulate Annika Wagner. Thank you, ladies. In 10th place, his time was 2:13.98 from the Peoria Water Wizards, Justin Alderson. In 9th place, his time 2:13.64 from Glenview Titans, Ryan Purdy. In 8th place, his time 2:13.35 from the Glenview Titans, Judd Fishman. In 7th place, his time 2:12.85 from the Dunlap Dolphins, Daniel Matlock. In 6th place, his time 2:12.54 from Academy, Jack O'Connor. In 5th place, his time 2:10.41 from the Glenview Titans, Max Ida. In 4th place, his time 2:10.02 from Academy, Horace Chow. In 3rd place, his time 2:09.53 from Academy, William Camps. In 2nd place, his time 2:08.95 from St. Charles, Keegan Hawkins. And your 2018 champion in Event 14, the long course 200 IM for the men. He went 2:08.02 from the West Chicago Sharks. Please congratulate Nicholas Vance. Thank you, gentlemen. Championship finalists for awards in Event 15, the women's 50 freestyle. In 10th place, her time 27.86 from the Wolfpack, Summer Brainin. In 9th place, her time 27.67 from the Waves of Bloomington Normal, Julia Heimstead. In 8th place, her time 27.53 from Academy, Allison Penrod. In 7th place, her time 27.41 from NASA, Cassidy Coughlin. In 6th place, her time 27.31 from New Trier, Joelle Orr. In 5th place, her time 27.26 from Academy, Kira McGowan. In 4th place, her time 27.16 from Academy, Athena Yee. In 3rd place, her time 27.05 from the Waves of Bloomington Normal, Anna Peplowski. In 2nd place, her time 27.04 from Lincoln Way, Caitlin Schreiber. And your 2018 champ in the women's 50 long course freestyle, she went 26.57 from Academy Bullets. Please congratulate Natalie Ungaretti. Thank you, ladies. Please welcome out the men's 50 freestyle championship finalists for awards. In 10th place, his time 24:50 from the Wolfpack, Ezra Mizgala. In 9th place, his time 24:47 from Wheaton, Liam Hutchinson. In 8th place, his time 24:36 from the Wolfpack, Parker Nolan. In 7th place, his time 24:32 from Peoria, Justin Alderson. In 6th place, his final time 24:10 from the Wolfpack, Bent Shabatos. And you can probably tell we had a tie for 4th place at 24 seconds flat from Cats, Nick Baginski, from New Trier, Pierce Bailey. In 3rd place, his time was 23:97 from Academy, Josh Lantow. In 2nd place, his time 23:91 from Academy, Caleb Carlson. And your champion in the men's 50 freestyle at a time of 23:70 from Patriot. Please congratulate Topher Stensby.
All right, as we head into the 200 breaststrokes and the 400 freestyles, Academy Bullets with still leading the competition with 1,265.5 points. New Trier now moves up into 2nd with 352.5. Patriot Aquatic in 3rd, 250. St. Charles, 245. NASA Wildcats, 218, rounding out the top 5. So a lot of tight races going on from 2nd place all the way down through 7th and 8th place. So a lot of team battles going on. Relays will make a difference on that later in the competition.
Can't wait for those, Tony.
200 breaststroke up for the women next.
Event 17 in lane 1. We have Ciola Halloran from New Trier. Out of Glenbrook Aquatics, we have Natalia Plua. In lane 3 is Kennedy Lovell from Academy. Madeline O'Donnell is in lane 4 from Patriot. Annika Wagner from NASA Wildcat, she is in lane 5. Rachel Wander is in lane 6 out of Highland Park. From Blue Devil in lane 7 is Carissa Sepon. Kelly Willite is in lane 8 from Maverick. Madeline Jair is from Swift Aquatics. She's in lane 9. And in lane 10 is Alexandra Eastman from Patriot Aquatic.
That is your C final. Meet record, 235.41, set back in 2017 by Kayla Jones. We'll see later on in the competition. 200 breaststroke. Some people call it a harder race than the 200 butterfly. You got to swim it with finesse. You got to have power underwater off your pullouts to be able to race well and race for place. But as you see the athletes go out, you will see them reaching their body line a little bit more definitively than you would in the 100. So what they're trying to do is glide off of each stroke, just as in the 200 freestyle. They're building through that first 75.
In lane 6, that is Rachel Wander, gliding, as you so eloquently put it there, Tony, approaching that first 50 meters. Let's check out those split times. It is lane 7, Carissa Sepon from Blue Devil. 37.59 on her split.
So as you watch the athletes as they're reaching their connecting points, and their connecting points are when that kick finishes, that their body line, their hands and their body line is in a streamlined position, trying to shoot the vessel through the water through the power of that kick and the timing of the stroke. Athletes will reach wide out front, trying to feel the water with their hands, and then their elbows pop up, giving them the power, and they shoot forward. So as we see over there, when the sun breaks through over there on those windows, we get a pretty good look at what the stroke looks like underwater.
Yes, you do. That is lane 8. That is Kelly Willite from Maverick Swim Club. 42.93 on her split.
Just like in every 200, watch the swimmers who Pay attention to the race strategy over here in lane number 3, starting to pick up the tempo as well as in 4.
Kennedy Lovell in lane 3.
And O'Donnell
in lane 4. Definitely picking up speed is Madeline O'Donnell in lane 4 out of Patriot Aquatic.
So
starting to build that momentum, as you allude to, Tony.
So when the athletes, when they're working on their pacing, in other words, the coaches will work with them not just on a time, but how many strokes they're taking on the front half of the race per 50. Then they will ask them to pick up their tempo, maybe taking 1 or 2 more strokes per 50, but not getting overzealous and starting to spin where they're not holding the water.
Madeline O'Donnell in lane 4, 42.85 on her split. Just about a second clear of any other swimmer at this point.
It's like Annika Wagner starting to come up.
That is lane 4. I'm sorry, lane 5, Annika Wagner.
Still having a great swim out there in 8. Will Height.
Also in lane 3, Kennedy Lovell.
So you can see by holding their strokes, they actually, you think they're going slow, and they're actually very powerful. Particularly at the end of this race, holding their drive through their legs. And who gets the touch? O'Donnell.
It will be Madeline O'Donnell. 2:48.06 is her time as we move on to the B final here. In lane 1, Camilla Nowak from Glenview Titan. Reach Aquatics in lane 2, that is Rebecca Ballo. Allison Penrod is in lane 3 out of Academy. Sydney Kelly will occupy lane 4, also out of Academy. Samantha Lorich, a triplet from Academy, she is in lane 5. Alyssa Brault will be in lane 6 from St. Charles. Also out of Academy in lane 7, that's Cameron Stride. Olivia Lantry is in lane 8 out of NASA. In lane 9, that is Elizabeth Bengi from West Swim Club. And Tiffany Matulis will be in lane 10 out of Academy.
So we have 4 of the athletes that have achieved the Speedo sectional time standard, working towards that futures cut of 2:43.79. In finals, the athletes get that opportunity to be able to have that second swim to try to inch closer to their goals. The old analogy is if you didn't get to your goal, get halfway closer in this next swim.
In lane 5, Samantha Lorich has the fastest seat time at 2:47.54 as they approach those first 25 meters of the breaststroke. 200 meters here.
I always thought the breaststroke and the butterfly, when swum relaxed and fluid, are some of the most beautiful strokes in swimming.
I couldn't agree more with you there, Tony, because it, from my point of view, of course, again, like you alluded to a few minutes ago, very smooth, very streamlined these swimmers are. It doesn't look like they're creating a lot of energy, but as you said earlier, they are definitely swimming with a lot of purpose.
So if you look at it, our Matulis out there in lane 10, very fluid stroke. You'll find that some breaststrokers occasionally will cause hitches in their stroke, which causes actual delays where their bodies will drop through. And you look at what Matulis is doing over there in lane 10, how she gets her hands through, doesn't let the body position drop down. She's actually keeping the body position moving forward.
Matulis has a slight lead there. And again, lane 10 is at the top of your screen if you're watching at home. And lane 1 will be at the bottom of your screen.
A little opposite from what our scoreboard shows.
Let's keep an eye on lane 2. That is Rebecca Ballo out of Reach Aquatics.
So the coaches are actually, when they go back and watch this race on video, what they'll talk to the athletes about is maintaining that tempo, but as they get inside the flags, pick up the last 2 or 3 strokes to drive yourself into the wall so you come out strong. And again, well coached.
Yes.
I mean, we saw this in the first heat. We're seeing it in this heat. It's a noticeable difference how the athletes are starting to build their tempo here.
Samantha Lorich in lane 5. Alyssa Brault in lane 6. Cameron Stride in lane 7. But again, in lane 2, Rebecca Ballo is swimming strongly. She is right there with that lead group.
I always look at the breaststroke, and I look at it as a pitcher. I can't remember the pitcher's name from San Francisco Giants, but he wasn't very big, but he could throw 96.
Tim Lincecum.
There you go.
Yep.
And these young ladies, when they put those angles and levers together, they just put some powerful races together in times that you just can't possibly imagine at home that anybody could do. So by putting the angles and levers together, it's not about strength and power, it's about connecting.
All 3 of those, right?
You got it.
That is in lane 7, Cameron Stride building a little bit of a lead there, got about a shoulder length lead over Alyssa Brault in lane 6. As they approach the final 15 meters here.
That futures cut is a 2:43.79.
Who will touch first? Will it be Cameron Stride? It will be 2:45.84. Cameron Stride out of Academy Bullets.
Cameron dropped 2 seconds, and again, watching how the athletes take advantage of their second swims. Now we're on to the voice of the pool deck. Voice of the pool deck to introduce our championship heat.
In lane 1 from Patriot, Nicole Pinter. In lane 2 from Patriot, Hannah Liu. In lane 3 from Academy, Nina Mullen. In lane 4, swimming unattached, Valerie Tarazi. In lane 5 from Academy, Madeline Wenig. In lane 6 from Academy, Kelsey Krish. In lane 7 from St. Charles, Mary Janya. In lane 8 from Academy, Julia Kral. In lane 9 from Academy, Sydney Van Overmyren. And in lane 10 from St. Charles, Kayla Jones.
All right, pretty much a strong field here. Your record holder is also in here. You have Madeline Wenig, who at 2:39, your fastest seed. The meet record 2:35.41, and that's way ahead of junior national cut, which is 2:38.29. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we see somebody knock off a couple junior national cuts here in this field.
Kayla Jones holds that meet record. She is in lane 10.
Now, your early leader is your 100 breaststroke champion from last night, who broke the record, and that is Val Tarazi, and she is being a little aggressive here on the first 50, so we'll see if she can hold that stroke tempo all the way through the race.
As Tarazi approaches her first turn, we'll check out her split time, 34.19 for Valerie Tarazi.
So Val, at the end of mentally tough, at the end of her 100 last night, really finished off the last 25, so now looks like, you notice the change in her stroke at this point. Now she is really reaching that point where she's connecting her angles and lever and getting the maximum power out of her kick. That first 50, she was getting out into race pace, and now she is really connecting the legs. But be aware, we've got some strong back half swimmers, and one of those is Maddie Wenig.
Yep, she is in lane 5, about a body length behind Tarazi at this point, just about the halfway mark.
But what does Val have that some of these, she's going to be swimming at Auburn next year. She has strong underwater pullouts, and look where she ends up off that pullout. And you watch the other athletes, she's a good half a body length ahead of them just off her strength move, her power move.
Increasing her lead a little bit there is Valerie Tarazi in lane 4, about a body length and a half lead now over her nearest competitor. That is lane 5, Madeline Wenig out of Academy Bullets.
So if you watch Val, her eyes are focused forward to the end of the lane, not letting any distractions. Maddie almost looks a little bit down. A good breaststroke will keep that focus forward, not turning their heads from side to side, no wasted motion. And let's watch the splits here. Val Tarazi with a 40.6, Maddie Wenig Val was 40.46, so she's still the fastest swimmer in the pool. Meet record is 2:35.41.
Valerie Tarazi is your leader with just about 25 meters left to go. She's got a body length lead over Madeline Wenig. But let's check out lane
Kelsey
6.
Krish, yeah. She's coming on to challenge Maddie Wenig here on this last 50. Val tightened up just a hair, but still trying to hold that body line, still trying to maintain stroke when you tighten up at the end of your swim. 2:35.41 is the record. Could she get it? Come on.
Let's find out, Valerie. She will be first.
2:35.01. That's a new meet record.
Excellent.
So I think she has a purpose here this weekend.
It seems like it, doesn't
Swim
it, Tommy?
fast.
Yes, indeed.
Good
As we
job,
move on
Val.
to the men's 200-meter breaststroke, in lane 1 we have Julian Green from Chicago Wolfpack. Out of Midway Aquatics in lane 2 is William Walker. Michael Puchko from Swift Aquatics is in lane 3. Thomas Matulis in lane 4 out of Academy. From Ultimate Swimming, Michael Bennington, he's in lane 5. Austin Cable is in lane 6 out of St. Charles. From New Trier in lane 7 is Evan Rittner. Pearson Orr, he'll occupy lane 8, also from New Trier. Out of Glenview Titan is Kyle Hathaway, he's in lane 9. And Nathaniel Baxter is in lane 10 from St. Charles.
All 10 of these athletes with the Speedo sectional time cut, futures cut 2:29.09. So we're looking for some of these athletes to look towards breaking that 2:30 barrier.
C final here. Again, slowest times to fastest times as they enter the water. Very strong start.
Yep, strong pullouts. You notice how far down the pool, that 15-meter mark, almost the entire field. Good,
In
strong power
lane
move.
4, that is Thomas Matulis. Strong pullout, as you mentioned, Tony. He's got a slight lead very early on in the race. As he approaches his first turn, we'll check out those split times. Thomas Matulis, 33.64 on that split.
And I was impressed on how smooth he was in and out of his wall. He wasn't jerky. He let his momentum carry him in and out of the turn, which where you see him position-wise in the pool right now is because he understands how to maintain his momentum in and out of his wall.
Let's keep an eye on lane 8. That is Pearson Orr out of New Trier. He's right behind Matulis at this point.
Pearson really keeping a good body line as he presses through his kick.
Michael Bennington in lane 5, also swimming strongly at just about the halfway point.
And as we watch the back half here, let's see who is paying attention to that race strategy. So as we watch them come off this wall, let's see who picks up their tempo going into the second half.
Pearson Orr, fastest split time, 39.23.
Pearson's just holding his tempo, really working and pressing his kick and keeping his body line. He's staying within himself. You know what his strength is. Staying within himself, he's going to save something for that last 75.
Pearson Orr in lane 8. Thomas Matulis in lane 4. Still your leader at this point. But again, you've got a lot of swim left in this particular heat.
Matulis starting to drift in the lane over to the left side of the lane a little bit. See if that catches up with him just a hair.
On that last split, 39.57 for Pearson Orr. 39.94 for Thomas Matulis.
Orr worked a nice pull out there. Now,
Great pullout was Orr.
Yep.
He's got the lead right now, Tony.
Starting to build his tempo through the back half. He stays within his stroke. He doesn't try to do something outside of what's his natural gift. Breaststrokers have natural strokes. You can't teach one breaststroker somebody else's stroke. They have a stroke. It's kind of like a golf swing. You got your golf swing. Well, breaststroke's the same way.
Pearson Orr lane 8, Thomas Matulis lane 4. It will come down to those last 10 meters here. Who will touch that wall first? It will be Pearson Orr. 2:32.80 is his time.
Almost a 5-second drop, 4.5-second drop for Pearson from preliminary round. Nice swim.
Heat 2, B final. Moving on now in lane 1. Pedro Cavor from Delta Aquatics. Lions Aquatics is in lane 2. That's Christopher Phillips. Benjamin Guerrero's in lane 3 from Academy. Out of Wheaton Swim Club is Samuel Flessner. He's in lane 4. Calvin Gronwald is in lane 5. He is from Ultimate Swimming. Out of New Trier, Nathaniel Gunther, he's in lane 6. Michael Schmill is in lane 7. He's from Chicago Wolfpack. Cale McLaren is in lane 8 from Academy. Also from Academy is Ethan Chuang. He is in lane 9. And Andrew Lubashenko out of Glenbrook Aquatics is in lane 10.
Again, the entire field under the Speedo sectional cut. Let's see who can get that futures cut of 2:29.09.
Calvin Gronwald, fastest seat time here at 2:32.13.
All right, again, the power move here. Let's not watch the power move at the start this time. Let's see who's working their power move off that last turn. Let's see who maintains that race focus.
Well, that's where Pearson Orr just won it, I believe, was that last turn in the last heat there, Tony.
Could be.
Approaching the first 50 meters here, very close. Looks like in lane 2, Christopher Phillips may have a slight lead. We'll check out those split times. That is Calvin Gronwald, 3.6 in lane 5.
So for these athletes to be under that futures cut of 229, you're looking for an athlete to be out the 112, 113 range. So, and then have a strong back half. Beautiful stroke over there in lane number 5.
Calvin Grunwald.
That is Grunwald. Smooth through the water.
In lane 6 is also keep an eye on Nathaniel Gunther as well.
Lane 9 seems to be a fast lane tonight.
It does. Ethan Chuang out of Academy Bullets.
Beautiful stroke out there as well. And your leader.
Grunwald at 37.54 on that split.
About 110.9, which is plenty fast enough if they can maintain those 37s and 38s on the way home on those 50 splits.
Let's look at lane 9, though. That is Ethan Chuang out of Academy Bullets. He is definitely challenging Grunwald. Just about a shoulder length behind the leader is Chuang. But again, a lot of race left as they approach that final turn, like you alluded to, Tony. Let's check out these runners at that final turn and see who comes out with the momentum. Calvin Grunwald in lane 5. Ethan Chuang in lane 9.
Tight race.
Ethan Chuang, 38.82 on that split, Tony.
Wow, nice turn over here in lane number 5, though.
Calvin Grunwald.
Came off that underwater work, really worked his power move there. Here come the back half swimmers, the swimmers that really focus on reaching, gliding, staying within themselves on the front half, have a little bit of more power left at the end, including lane number 8. That is McLaren.
Yes, it is. But in lane 9, Ethan Chuang. And in lane 5, Calvin Grunwald. Let's also keep an eye on lane 4 as they approach the last 10 meters. Who will get there first? It looks like Ethan Chuang at 2:30.93.
2:30.93, just off that futures time standard. That was your B final. Now we're on to the championship heat and the voice of the pool deck to introduce our championship heat.
Here in the championship for the men's 200 breaststroke, in lane 1 from Academy, Jack O'Connor. In lane 2 from Midway, Horace Shue. In lane 3 from Dunlap, Dan Matlock. In lane 4 from the Mundelein Mustangs, Travis Hull. In lane 5 from New Trier, Charles Scheinfeld. In lane 6 from the Waves of Bloomington, Tom Reedy. In lane 7 from Academy, Caleb Carlson. In lane 8 from Peoria, Justin Alderson. In lane 9 from the Woodstock Dolphins, Kyle Falkstrom. And in lane 10 from Lincoln Way, Mason Rohde.
Your top seed, Charlie Scheinfeld, we mentioned him last night in the 100 breaststroke. He is a senior, going to be swimming at the University of Texas. Thomas Reedy over here in lane number 6, an interesting story. Young man was at one of our Illinois swimming camps out in the Olympic Training Center last summer and basically popped his knee out and had to rehab for the longest time, and now he is back in the water and swimming at an elite level. So props to him for sticking with it, rehabbing, getting back into a national cut back in the winter season. So Charlie Scheinfeld, he's got the body to swim in college already. He is physically an athlete, and that's what's going to take to swim at the University of Texas, to be a Longhorn and swim in the NCAA championships.
2:24.46 was that seed time for Charlie Scheinfeld. Clear 5 seconds of his next competitor.
And you watch how he attacks his race. I mean, he'll take his power move as he gets his elbows up underneath him and powers through his kick, but he'll take that 1 second glide out front as well.
I mean, increasing his lead already in this race is Charlie Scheinfeld.
And he's a national level swimmer. He already has cuts in many of the races. He's already been to senior nationals. He's swum against some of the best competition in the country. He's out 105.62. Meet records at 2:15.48. Let's see if Charlie's going for that cut. We've seen some breaststroke records fall already in this competition. Second place is wide open right now.
It really is. It's a really tight group in lane 6. That is Thomas Reedy, just alluded to. He's also swimming strongly.
Caleb Carlson right next to him in 7.
In lane 8, that is Justin Alderson. Again, a very tight group for that second place finish, as Charles Scheinfeld is increasing his lead going into the final split, 36.29.
Well, that senior national cut is a 2:18.09, which is that 1% of the athletes in the country. Guarantee you that he is shooting to swim at an elite level every time that he races in finals.
Last 25 meters for Charlie Scheinfeld.
And
He has got a big
who's
lead.
popping out there in lane number 8? That is Alderson
That
from
is
Peoria.
Alderson, but right below him in lane 7 is Caleb Carlson out of Academy Bullets. Those two look like they may be battling it out for second place. This is Charlie Scheinfeld's race.
Come on, Charlie.
Let's see where his time is.
2:19.89.
Very strong for Charlie Scheinfeld.
Who
Who
gets
will touch
second?
that wall second? It will be Justin Alderson,
Nice swim for
2:27.95.
Came back strong on the back half. Justin was a 2:30.97. Nice time drop this evening.
As we move on to the 100-meter backstroke for the women, event 19 here. And Caroline Gwaltney is in lane 1. She's from Academy. Out of Patriot Aquatic, we have Alexandra Eastman in lane 2. Abby Partridge will occupy lane 3 out of Academy. From Cats Aquatic, we have Claudia Yoon in lane 4. Kelly Seago will be in lane 5 out of Academy. From Palatine, we have Sophia Kuhn in lane 6. Isabella Patel is in lane 7. She's from Academy. Also from Academy is Megan Mitchell in lane 8. Ashley Updike will be in lane 9 from Scout Aquatics. And from Patriot Aquatics, Helena Blumenau is in lane 10.
Now, for those of you who think backstroke is an easy event, those ladies just had to do an explosive motion blind backwards. And that is a scary perception for an awful lot of people. They're very skilled athletes to be able to be that comfortable within themselves, but also swimming backwards, trusting the backstroke flags, which you see across the end of the pool, 5 meters out. The athletes will use those flags to count their strokes in and aggressively attack their turn back into their underwater racing.
Kelly Seago is your early leader in lane 5, 31.99 on her split.
Futures cut 107.29. 31's plenty fast enough to get many of the cuts out there, but look at the tempo building over here in lane 3.
Lane 3, that is Abby Partridge from Academy. She's closing ground last 25 meters
Outside
on Kelly
smoke.
Seago.
In lane 10, we're seeing a lot of great racing over there on the outside lanes.
Helena Blumenau in lane 10. As they approach the final 10 meters, it looks like it will be Kelly Seago. 106.63 is her time.
And that is a futures time standard. On to our B final.
In lane 1, Lisa Johnson out of Maverick. From Dunlap in lane 2 is Emma Theobald. Athena Yee will be in lane 3 from Academy. Audrey Richardson is in lane 4. She's from New Trier. Sophia Gushina from Patriot Aquatic. She is in lane 5. Michelle Kaner is in lane 6 out of Glenview. From Academy Bullets, we have Catherine Mueller in lane 7. Lindsay Merck will occupy lane 8, also from Academy. From the West Chicago Sharks, we have Amber Finke. And Anna Long will be in lane 10 from Cats Aquatic.
We have 6 swimmers already under the futures time standard looking towards that junior national cut of 104. See if any of these athletes can pop under that 106 barrier, start out and break that goal time, that split time in half from 106 to 105, getting close to that junior national cut.
Sorry about that. Sophia Gushina with the fastest seed time here.
It isn't always about achieving a cut sometimes. If these athletes already have a cut, what their coaches are trying to get them to do is swim the cut when you're not rested and tapered. Swim the cut when now you are strong into your training. So when you get to those national meets, you're going to go to the next level.
Athena Yee, strong start there in lane 3.
She's done that almost on every race that we've seen so far today, or so far this weekend. Athena's really pops out off those starts and breakouts.
As they approach that first turn, first 50 meters, it will be Athena Yee, 32.18.
You're watching the athletes in the race. Many of the athletes are starting to hug the lane line. You can see where they overpull, using the lane line to try to stay focused. They will also use the beams on the ceiling sometimes to focus on with their eyes to be able to swim straight.
Sofia Gushina, slight lead in the last 25 meters, but it is really close to call. Right below her in lane 4 is Audrey Richardson. Who will touch that wall first? Richardson or Gushina? It looks like Richardson, 1:06.64, just barely out-touches Gushina.
About 0.6 of a second faster. Now we go down to the voice of the pool deck for the introduction of our championship.
Here in the championship for the women's 100 backstroke, in lane 1 from Academy, Jessica Jerian. In lane 2 from the Waves of Bloomington, Julia Heimstead. In lane 3 from Delta, Mariana Kraus. In lane 4 from Dunlap, Emily Smith. In lane 5 from New Trier, Shannon Carney. In lane 6 from Patriot, Ashley Carollo. In lane 7 from St. Charles, Audrey Guyette. In lane 8 from New Trier, Margaret Guancy. In lane 9 from St. Charles, Ann Taviern. And in lane 10 from the Waves of Bloomington, Anna Peplowski.
Shannon Kearney, our top seed, 103.92. Meet record, 103.16. That's a tough record. When you get down to those low 103s or whatever the case may be, you almost have to be focused on going 102. So she swam with a 103.92, already under the junior national cut from this morning. So swam at a national level in the morning.
Let's
nice
see what she can do
breakout
now.
swim. Let's see if she can knock out a meet record and achieve that senior national time standard.
That will be great to see. Shannon Kearney in lane 5. Right above her in lane 6 is Ashley Carollo.
Jessica Jerian over here in lane number 1 with a nice first 25 as well.
Yes, it is. As they approach that first split.
And who's got the lead there? It is Carollo.
Carollo, 31.02. As they make their final turn.
Now here's the strength for Kearney as their second 50. And so a good backstroke goal is to be able to be within 1 second of your first 50.
Ashley Carollo in lane 6. Shannon Kearney in lane 5. Shannon Kearney has just taken over a slight lead as they swim those last 15 meters. Shannon Kearney.
Closes out well.
Yes, she is. It looks like it will be Shannon Kearney, 103.87.
103.87, again, a junior national time standard.
Great swim by her.
Second place was Smith at a 104.63.
As we move on to the men now, 100-meter backstroke. This is the C final. In lane 1, we have Diego Perea from Academy Bullets. Nicholas Borick is in lane 2 from St. Charles. From West Swim Club is Nolan Lehman in lane 3. Scott Stern will occupy lane 4. He's from Coho. From West Swim Club in lane 5 is Liam Shannon. Evan Stiegel is in lane 6 from Palatine. Horace Chow from Academy Bullets is in lane 7. Frank Erichiello from Unattached, he's in lane 8. Kevin Solstice in lane 9 from Glenview, and from Dunlap Dolphins in lane 10, Jack Rohde.
Fast seed 102.93, that's by Liam Shannon. meet record here is a 56.95, which was set this morning. We'll talk more about Spencer Walker's great swim as we go through the competition here.
Horatio Chow in lane 7 got off to a great start. As they approach that turn, we'll check out his split time.
Out under
Chow,
30.
29.46.
He's got the opportunity to, he's primarily known as a great butterflyer, but looks like he's doing pretty well in backstroke as well.
Has increased his lead on that turn. He's got a body length lead as they swim those last 25 meters. Lane 7, Horace Chow out of Academy Bullets.
Futures cut 0079, so it looks like he is going to take it out. Maybe it had just been tight this morning because he's really breaking out a great swim tonight.
Horace Chow dominated this 100 meters.
There you go.
1 minute and 70
100ths of a second. So that is a futures time standard. Your B final.
In lane 1, Thomas Williamson from West Swim Club. Spencer Hom is in lane 2 from Springfield. From Maverick Swim Club, we have Grant Baczynski. He's in lane 3. William Raitt is in lane 4 from Academy. Nicholas Jasinski is in lane 5. He's out of Mundelein. Benjamin Kimmel is in lane 6 from Academy. From Peoria, we have Simeon Rinkenberger. He's in lane 7. Giancarlo Wanzeller is in lane 8 from Academy. Charles Schober is in lane 9 from Unattached. And from Patriot Aquatic Club, we have Anthony Carollo in lane 10.
All 10 athletes would achieve the Speedo sectional time standard. In our morning session, again, watch the explosive athletic move that is the backstroke start. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we go into our championship heat. Great breakout, first 25. We got a pretty competitive field here.
It is very competitive. In lane 3, that is Grant Baczynski. Got off to a great start.
So as they get underneath the flags here, the goal here is not to hesitate. That last arm stroke is to be able to pull yourself into the wall. Many of the athletes, when they take their last arm pull, will just kind of cut it across their body and not use it to pull themselves into the wall. So the athletes that learn how to do almost a double arm turn are the ones that have most aggressive off the wall.
Rinkenberger in lane 7, 29.58 on that split.
It's like lane number 6. Kimmel.
He is pulling away with about 15 meters left to go. Benjamin Kimmel is your leader.
Nice closing speed there.
Benjamin Kimmel, 1 minute and 68 hundredths of a second.
That was a futures time standard for Ben. Nice swim.
Very good
down
swim.
to the voice of the pool deck for the introductions of our A final.
Here in the championship for the men's 100 backstroke, in lane 1 from Patriot, Jack Zhang. In lane 2 from the Mundelein Mustangs, Nick Jasinski. In lane 3 from New Trier, Patrick Gridley. In lane 4 from the Wolfpack, Tadzio Kirka. In lane 5 from Academy, Spencer Walker. In lane 6 from New Trier, Ryan Gridley. In lane 7 from Academy, Caleb Carlson. In lane 8 from the Moline Blue Marlins, Austin Morris. In lane 9, swimming unattached, Stuart Home. And in lane 10 from Highland Park Aquatics, Andrew Vorobev.
All right, our championship final. Sometimes there is a reseed, which we may not have gotten all the names correctly, so we'll call them off the board. Your meet record holder from the morning, Spencer Walker. He broke his own meet record from last summer. He split a 27.32 on the way out, but his strength came in breaking 30 seconds on his second 50. See if he can break his own meet record here in the 100 backstroke. That
A great start.
56.95 was under a senior national, almost under a senior national time standard.
Spencer Walker
being pushed over there by Ryan Gridley, the way it looks.
in lane 6. Absolutely right, Tony.
All right, let's watch the strength in and out of the walls here. As we mentioned before, that strong pull into the wall. Both of the gentlemen off the wall at 27s.
Wow.
Almost dead even. Look at Spencer Walker's underwater work. Drove him ahead off his breakout, being pushed hard by Ryan Gridley, the senior going to Northwestern.
Ryan Gridley, Spencer Walker, last 25 meters.
Wow.
It is too close to call right now, Tony. 15 meters left. Ryan Gridley, Spencer Walker, they are battling it out. Who will touch it first?
Looks like Gridley's going to take it. What's he go? 56.96. He just misses the record by 1/100th of a second.
Congratulations, Ryan Gridley.
Great swim there. All right, we're headed into the next awards break.
From the 200 breaststroke and the 100 backstroke immediately over to awards. Events 17, 18, 19, 20, championship finalists to awards. Thank you. Finalists for awards. In event 17, the women's 200 breaststroke. In 10th place, her time was 2:45.78 from Patriot Nicole Pinter. In 9th place, her time 2:44.74 from Academy Nina Mullen. In 8th place, her time 2:44.13 from Academy Sydney Van Overmyren. In 7th place, her time 2:42.28 from Academy Julia Krall. In 6th place, her final time 2:41.71 from St. Charles, Mary Jania. In 5th place, her time 2:41.69 from St. Charles, Kayla Jones. In 4th place, her time 2:41.02 from Patriot Hannah Liu. In 3rd place, her final time 2:37.80 from Academy Kelsey Krish. In second place, her time 2:37.57 from Academy, Madeline Wenig. And your 2018 champion in the women's long course breaststroke, a new meet record, 2:35.01. She swims unattached Glenview Titans. Please congratulate Valerie Tarazzi. Thank you, ladies. Breaststroke Awards. In 10th place, his time 2:32.88 from Midway, Horace Shue. In 9th place, his time 2:32.55 from Dunlap, Dan Matlock. In 8th place, his time 2:30.84 from Woodstock, Kyle Falkstrom. In 7th place, his time 2:30.76 from Lincoln Way, Mason Rohde. In 6th place, his time 2:30.39 from Mundelein Mustangs, Travis Hull. In 5th place, his time 2:29.34 from Academy, Jack O'Connor. In 4th place, his time 2:28.91 from the Waves of Bloomington Normal, Tom Reedy. In 3rd place, his time 2:28.60 from Academy, Caleb Carlson. In 2nd place, his time 2:27.95 from the Peoria Water Wizards, Justin Alderson. And your champion in event 18, the men's long course 200 breaststroke at a time of 2:19.89 from New Trier. Please congratulate Charles Scheinfeld. Thank you, gentlemen. Freestyle, please start checking in. First call, women's 400 freestyle. First call, women's 400 freestyle. Let's welcome out the championship finalists in event 19 for the awards in the women's 100 backstroke. In 10th place, her time 1:07.83 from St. Charles, Audrey Guyette. In ninth place, her time 107.03 from the Waves of Bloomington Normal, Anna Poplowski. In eighth place, her time 106.26 from St. Charles, Ann Taviern. In seventh place, her time 105.92 from the Waves of Bloomington Normal, Julia Heimstead. And you notice we got a tie in fifth place at a time of 105.73 from New Trier, Margaret Guancy. From Academy, Jessica Jerian. In fourth place, her time 105.62 from Delta, Mariana Kraus. In third place, her time 104.74 from Patriot, Ashley Carollo. In second place, her time 104.63 from Dunlap, Emily Smith. And your champion in the women's long course 100 backstroke at a time of 103.87 from New Trier. Please congratulate Shannon Kearney. Once again, we're looking for our swimmers in the women's 400 freestyle. Women's 400 freestyle, please report. Call for championship finalists to do awards in the men's backstroke. Last call, men's 100 backstroke championship finalists awards. Come out the championship finalists for the men's 100 backstroke. In 10th place, his time 102.01 from Patriot, Jack Zhang. In 9th place, his time 101.66 from the Mundelein Mustangs, Nick Jasinski. In 8th place, his time 101.23 from Highland Park Aquatics, Andrew Vorobev. In 7th place, his time 100.95 swimming unattached, Stuart Home. In 6th place, his time 100.24 from the Moline Blue Marlins, Austin Morris. In 5th place, his time 59.32 from Academy, Caleb Carlson. In 4th place, his time 58.81 from New Trier, Patrick Gridley. In 3rd place, his time 58.58 from the Wolfpack, Tadzio Kirka. In 2nd place, his time 57.84 from Academy, Spencer Walker. And your champion in the men's 100 backstroke long course, his time 56.96 from New Trier. Please congratulate Ryan Gridley. Thank you, gentlemen. Event 21, women's 400 freestyle. Last call.
back here at the 2018 Illinois Swimming Championships. We are ready for our C final, the women's 400-meter freestyle. In lane 1, we have Mary Kate Phillips from St. Charles. From the Chicago Wolfpack, we have Madison Schmill. In lane 3 is Megan Niziolic from St. Charles. Also from St. Charles in lane 4 is Monica Guyett. Paige Edmere from Academy Bullets is in lane 5. Gina Jenkins is in lane 6, also from Academy. And in lane 7, Kira McGowan, also from Academy. In lane 8, that will be occupied by Nicole Pinter from Patriot Aquatic. And Kate Solon is in lane 9 from Glenview Titan.
400-meter freestyle. It is a middle distance race. I think we kind of get pigeonholed sometimes thinking that the 500 is a distance race from the high school, but the middle distance race, because in the 400 freestyle, it does take a little bit of strength, speed, endurance, and strategy. You watch these young ladies as they build into that first 200. We'll keep an eye on how close they can come for their first 200 and their second 200 comparatively. The coaches will have them build into that first 200 wall and then really be aggressive on their third 100 and have great closing speed at the end.
Through that first 100, it looks like Gina Jenkins is your early leader, 34.14 on that split. But right behind her in lane 7 is Kira McGowan, 34.61.
So a lot of the athletes, look at the difference. There are two leaders that you can see over there, and looks like 6 and 7. You can see the differences in their stroke rates, the tempos of the athletes. And one athlete is using it like a 2-beat crossover kick in lane 6. That's Jenkins. She finds her balance. She likes the tempo. She breathes out of both sides.
As they approach another turn, Gina Jenkins is still your leader, increasing her lead slightly, 34.43 on that last split, Tony. Gina Jenkins looking strong and powerful. Again, she is in lane 6. Right above her, if you're watching at home, is Kiara McGowan. She had a 35.20 split, but as of right now, just about a body length behind the leader, Gina Jenkins. But also, we should keep an eye at the bottom of your screen in lane 1. That is Mary Kate Phillips out of St. Charles. She's having a strong swim, Tony.
And 9 as well, Kate Solom from GTAC. Now watch here as we see the athletes out, your leader at a 2:14.57. Now that 2:14.57, you actually see her legs start to engage now. So coaches have her schooled well. Build into that first. They have a goal time that they want them to hit. Whether they achieve the back half in this race, they're basically doing dress rehearsals for futures championships, sectionals, or junior national type meets. So basically, this is a dress rehearsal. Be at your halfway point goal. We'll build into that third 100, and we'll see where we're at fitness. We'll see where we will be fitness-wise at the end.
Sub 35 split there for Gina Jenkins, 34.96. Starting to increase that lead, Tony. Swimming very consistently here in this 400-meter freestyle.
Good, strong pull over here in lane 2, making a move is Schmill out of CWAC.
Right above her in lane 3 is Megan Niziolic from St. Charles.
And as you mentioned, it's a long race. So the athletes here, the differences in the stroke and race strategies. You know, when you look at Gina over here in lane 6, she has a goal time to try to hit on the way out.
35.63 on that last split for Gina Jenkins.
Gina in the morning swim was a 4:38.
Madison Schmill, fastest split time there in lane 2, 34.97.
And 34.9, look over here in lane 2, lane 8, that's Pinter with a 34.94.
Madison Schmill catching ground on Gina Jenkins.
Gina's maintaining her stroke rate. Now, a lot of times when athletes will fatigue, you'll see the arms start to slow down.
Let's check out this last turn.
35.49. She's at a 4:35 pace.
34.92 though for Madison Schmill on that split.
Yep. Coming on strong. We'll see if she's got enough pull to overtake first place.
Gina Jenkins still has that body length lead, 25 meters left to go, but Madison Schmill holding on to second place. But in lane 7, Kira McGowan is challenging her. This looks to be Gina Jenkins' race though, Tony. She will touch the wall at 4:34.49.
4:34.49, well under the sectional cut. She went from a 4:38 to a 4:34 from the preliminary rounds to finals.
As we move on to the B final, in lane 1, we have Nina Mullen from Academy Bullets. Also from Academy in lane 2 will be Sydney Kelly. Ashton Ammerman will be in lane 3 from Peoria. Sophia Vargas out of Nassau Wildcat is in lane 4. Lauren Payton will occupy lane 5 out of Academy. From St. Charles, we have Alyssa Brault in lane 6. Riley Lanigan is in lane 7 from Nassau Wildcat. From Waves Bloomington, Sydney Kennedy will occupy lane 8. Allison Beitendorp is in lane 9 from Woodstock. And Isabella Harder from Fox Valley Swim Team is in lane 10.
Fastest seed time, 4:34.02, was Lauren Payton out of Academy. A lot of 15, 16. Look at the variations between a lot of young athletes swimming in the senior championships to get experience racing athletes at the higher level of the sport. The coaches think that's important. They think it's important to have a tune-up race, but not against just athletes of your own caliber. Swim against people that are faster, get used to the prelims and final format.
And it's about pushing those athletes as well, Tony. Again, against greater competition, you always want your athletes to do their best, and they definitely are.
Being comfortable at different levels of the sport. Every time you move up to one level of the sport, you have to become comfortable in yourself at that level. And outside smoke in lane 10.
Isabella Harder, sub 31 split there, 35.8.
I don't know if it's good or bad, but she's got her coaches right there on her, so they're going to kind of urge her through this 400-meter freestyle.
Right below her is Allison Beitendorp in lane 9 from Woodstock.
We're starting to become very familiar with certain names of athletes as we go into day 3. We see them in multiple events, and we see them swim in finals in multiple events.
Yeah, these athletes are multifaceted, as you said, in all the disciplines here at this swim meet, and they are excelling at these disciplines as well. So it's very nice to see these well-rounded athletes.
Beautiful stroke out there in lane number 5. That's Lauren Payton, also in lane 7. Lanigan, just beautiful stroke, nice and long and strong. Saving their legs, using only the legs for balance at this point, not power. They're not going to get a lot of power of their legs in freestyle. They're using it to maintain that body position on top of the water. Nice turn.
Lauren Payton, 33.85.
Beautiful turn and breakout by Payton.
But again, we have to keep an eye on lanes 10 and 9. Harder in lane 10, Beitendorp in lane 9.
Payton was 34.02 on the way out. Let's see if she can break that 4:30 barrier. Get down close to that futures cut.
Gathering momentum here, increasing her lead about a body length ahead of her nearest competitor as she approaches her next split time. Let's check it out.
So the goal here on this 2:13 on the way out for her is to be back within 2:15, 2:16 to be able to break that 2:30 barrier. So let's see how she approaches this back half.
34.1 on that last split for Lauren Payton. She's starting to take command of this race here, Tony.
And
swimming free.
Keep an eye over there on lane number 7. It's Lanigan from Wild. And also in lane number 8 coming on strong is Kennedy from Waves Bloomington.
As they approach,
I'd say Lauren Payton has some great racing skills. That's one of the things that keeps her engaged in this race and maintaining her pace. She doesn't lose any momentum in about a wall. She actually gains it, and that's why her lead has stayed where it is. I mean, other athletes are starting to swim at her pace and bring it home strong.
Lauren Payton 34.24 on that last split there, Tony. As we can see, a lot more groupings here in lanes 2, 3, and 4. Madison Smill, Megan Niziolek, and Monica Guyett.
All right, closing speed in this race is important. It's not a 50 closing speed, it's 100. So what they're doing here, they come off that far wall, they got to maintain their tempo and continue to maintain relaxed breathing. The one thing they don't want to do is go into oxygen debt in this point of the race. As I mentioned yesterday in some of the stroke events, relaxed exhaling underneath the water so when they come up they have that full breath. Athletes get caught up sometimes in holding their breath too long and it really causes them to react. Their bodies react by going into oxygen debt too early. Great race over there, and you called it 2, 3, 4, and also 7 and 8.
But
Peyton
again,
still
Lauren
finishing
Peyton,
strong.
absolutely last 25 meters here, still maintaining that body length lead.
Peyton again
35-10 was that last split.
34.02 from the morning.
Lauren Peyton finishing up strong here. We'll check her finishing time as she reaches for that wall last 5 meters.
31.
4:31.41 for Lauren Peyton.
Beautiful swim. A lot of ladies out there with some good time drops. Go to the voice of the pool deck for the call of our championship final.
Here in the championship for the women's 400 freestyle, in lane 1 from Lyons, Callahan Dunn. In lane 2 from St. Charles, Ann Taviern. In lane 3 from Patriot, Isabel Pelka. In lane 4 from Fox Valley, Rachel Steggy. In lane 5 from Academy, Kaylee Lavelle. In lane 6 from the Wolfpack, Abby Taute. In lane 7 from Academy, Audrey Coffey. In lane 8 from St. Charles, Audrey Guyette. In lane 9 from the Waves of Bloomington Normal, Julia Heimstead. And in lane 10 from the Woodstock Dolphins, Peyton Lang.
So your championship final meet record 4:18.69 set back in 2010 by Adrian Bisek of Express. That's a tough one to take down if the athletes aren't actually focused or tapered and focused on this particular meet. A lot of our athletes, as I mentioned before, are going through a training cycle, and this is like a dress rehearsal, a tune-up for their championship meets. Pretty impressed with Kaylee Lovell's race this morning of 2:25.51 within that junior national time range. Coming out of the gate strong, just as she did in the morning, was lane number 4.
Rachel Steggy.
Rachel Steggy. We had 7 girls under 4:30 this morning. But I will tell you that, again, this boils down to a good back half, being able to control the legs, control the breathing on the front half. I know the coaches have defined race strategies for them, and who is our leader at the 50?
29.16 is Rachel Steggy in lane 4. A great first 50 split there.
She's got a ton of potential. She's got to stay within herself on the front half of this race. Again, she is breathing every 3. Many of the distance athletes will rotate their body, breathe every 3 as they're taught within age group to try to maintain that body balance.
And Taviern in lane 2 out of St. Charles, also swimming strongly. Let's also keep an eye on Kaylee Lovell in lane 5.
3 for Steggy on the way out. And again, coaches are keeping a close eye on how the athletes swim the race from prelims to finals. They will get a little earful. Here's how I want you to approach this race this evening. And, when you go out too fast into 400 freestyle and not, stay within yourself, the athletes will come from behind and really stay within their race strategies and beat you on the back half. So keep an eye on how this race plays out.
Rachel Steggy, 34.05 on her split, but the fastest woman in the pool is Kaylee Lovell, 33.28, starting to build that momentum and starting to cut into that lead of Rachel Steggy.
And you mentioned over here lane number 2, Taverine, was just like, she's there.
She is
nice,
definitely there.
Smooth and strong, very powerful stroke.
But we can see Kaylee Lovell starting to really get in a rhythm here in this 400-meter freestyle for the women.
All right, as she went out at 2:25, she was a 2:09.60 tonight.
33.33 for Kaylee Lovell. A great turn for her as she just now takes over that lead from Rachel Steege.
And look at the legs starting to come from some of these athletes now. You're starting to see the legs being added into the stroke as they build through the tempo and their power in the back half.
Let's keep an eye on Ann Taviern down there in lane 2. She's also gaining some momentum as they approach another turn here, Tony.
Maintaining that momentum in and out of the walls, your two leaders, your top 3 swimmers did a nice job of swimming in and out of the wall consistently. In other words, no stopping and rotating. They maintained their momentum in and out of the wall and came bouncing out. And here comes lane 2.
Again, Ann Taviern has just now taken over second place from Rachel Steege as she struggles here a little bit.
And again, sometimes it's about thinking about the power that you need within the 400 freestyle and how you have to control that power. Be patient and let it loose on this last 100. Let's see who's got the closing speed.
Very consistent swim, Kaylee Lovell, as she starts to increase that lead. 3:21.32. Off that
Steve's
last
still
whip.
hanging strong. She's not giving up the ship yet.
No, she is not. She is firmly in third place as Rachel Steege in lane 4. In lane 2 is Ann Taviern. Cutting into that lead of Kaylee Lovell just a little bit.
So what we're seeing here is an athlete who is trying to set up that race for her championship meet. You see that for Kaylee Lovell right now, so holding those 33s. But Towdy with a 33.58 right there is also having a great back half as well. Abby Towdy from CWAC.
Kaylee Lovell, body length lead, last 25 meters.
She was 4:25.51 in the morning. She'll be right around there tonight.
And Taviern is trying to close in on her, Tony.
Running out of pool.
She's closing, but like you said, running out of pool, and Kaylee Lovell
Beautiful
will touch that
swim
wall
for
first.
Lovell.
4:23.35.
Just off the junior national time standard.
As we move on to the men now, their 400-meter freestyle. It is the C final. Daniel McGowan will be in lane 1 out of New Trier. From Palatine, we have Gavin Hill. He'll occupy lane 2. Benjamin Dukes is in lane 3 from New Trier. Out of Sterling, we have Calvin Sandifer in lane 4. Sebastian Klein will be in lane 5 from Unattached. Academy Bullets in lane 6, that is Zachary Ekstrom. Michael Flynn will be in lane 7 from Lions Aquatic. Joseph Yuan from Wheaton Swim Club is in lane 8. James Ochoa is in lane 9 out of Hickory Willow. And from Weech Aquatics in lane 10 is Vince Chiappetta.
All right, all 10 swimmers achieved the championship time standard from prelims, working for that sectional cut of 4:17.99. So let's see who can break the 4:20 barrier here in the C final.
Sebastian Klein in lane 5. He's got that fastest C time. Let's see if he can do it. Again, this is the C final, men's 400-meter freestyle. B final next, and then championship final next after that.
And we close out the evening with the 400 medley relays. Earlier heats were swum in the afternoon.
Great preliminary action in the afternoon there, Tony.
And top 8 seeds will swim tonight. So when I say seeds, that's because it is a time final event. This 400 freestyle is a prelims and final swim. Athletes swimming it twice in one day.
And that just amazes me because I am a novice swimmer at best, and to see these young athletes go out and swim multiple events multiple times a day is certainly quite impressive.
You know, there are no bad swims. I think, you know, it's interesting listening to people that talk about, well, I had a bad swim. Did you have, or a bad meet? Well, did you have a bad meet or just have a bad swim? Did you mess up a turn, a start? Was it really a bad swim, or was it a race mistake? You know, what is it that caused you not to have that best time? But there are no bad swims because every one of these athletes is getting stronger, whether it's through experience or whether it's through training. Sometimes these meets become training for these athletes. It's always a positive experience to be at a meet, whether you get your best time or not. You're learning something from every time you race.
Daniel McGowan had the fastest split time, but in lane 7, that is Michael Flynn also having a strong first 50 split as they approach their next split time here.
You know, when you swim preliminaries and finals, those prelim races start at 8:30 in the morning. And traditionally, most teams will practice early in the morning and in the afternoon as well. So some of these athletes being awake is part of the challenge in the preliminary rounds, is being able to being able to swim fast in prelims. Because when you go to that next level meet, you may never get out of prelims. You may end up always struggle to try to get into that top 32 unless you learn to race in prelims.
Pretty much 1 minute flat for Michael Flynn there in lane 7 through that first 100. Maintaining that lead is Michael Flynn, 32.28 on his last split time. But again, let's keep an eye on lane 1. That is Daniel McGowan.
Looks pretty comfortable right now.
Yes, he does.
Sometimes in the broadcast, it's very difficult to see lane 1 because the coaches are standing in front of you. So we always keep an eye on lane 1 and lane 10.
Michael Flynn approaching another split. Is your leader, 32.86, 2:05. His timeout. Michael Flynn, lane 7, out of Lions Aquatic. He's got about a body length lead now over Daniel McGowan in lane 1. Michael Flynn swimming comfortably here as we start to see some of the evening sun rays here at the beautiful Recplex. Another split coming up here. 32.60 for Michael Flynn in lane 7. He is your leader.
This happened last evening as well. You know, somebody who just may, or even this evening, somebody who may just been tight in the morning swim and more loose, more warmed up, more focused, whatever the case would be, and start to put together a great swim wire to wire.
Joseph Wan in lane 8, right above Michael Flynn, is also having a strong swim so far, Tony.
All right, 3:11. These athletes, in particular, in lane number, your leader,
Michael
Flynn, he was from the Lions, was a 4:21.90. He's well ahead of that pace right now.
We've got a battle for second place here, Tony. Lane 1, Daniel McGowan, and lane 8, Joseph Yuan. Very tight there for second place as they try to catch Michael Flynn.
Yuan seems to be trying to hit that negative split, trying to keep his 200s within 2 to 3 seconds of each other. Well coached.
33.44 for Michael Flynn, that last split. He is your leader, a full body length ahead now.
He's going to be under that 4:20 barrier. Speedo sectional time standard 4:17.99.
Michael Flynn is your leader. Last 15 meters. Let's see who touches that wall for second place. Will it be Daniel McGowan or will it be Joseph Yuan? Last 5 meters for Michael Flynn. 4:17.53.
Speedo sectional time standard for your first place finisher. That's Michael Flynn.
Daniel McGowan comes in second, 4:19.83. As we move on to the B final here, Matthew Fernandez from Chicago Wolfpack is in lane 1. From New Trier, Nicholas Torre. Andrew Dye is in lane 3. He's from Wheaton. Brendan Forrest is in lane 4 from Glenview Titan. Out of Swift Aquatics in lane 5 is Daniel Puchko. Trevor Carter will occupy lane 6 from Wheaton. From YWCA, we have Thomas Hackley in lane 7. Samuel Flessner is in lane 8 from Wheaton Swim Club. Out of Academy Bullets is Austin Millard in lane 9. And Patrick White will be in lane 10 from West Chicago. Fastest seed times here belongs to Daniel Puchko in lane 5 out of Swift Aquatics, 4:15.69. As they get set in those blocks, B final here, men's 400-meter freestyle. Great start by all swimmers here, Tony.
You see an Andrew Dye starting to swim in multiple events, so the names become familiar as we go through the competition.
Let's keep an eye on Brendan Forrest in lane 4.
Well, 4:09.99 is that futures time standard. Now that's going to take an athlete being out around the 2:03, 2:04 range at the 200 mark.
So let's keep an eye on that. From that first split, we have Thomas Hackley, 28.53. He is in lane 7. But in lane 5, Daniel Puchko is right there with him. All these swimmers so far tightly grouped as they approach that first 100 meters. Let's check those times. Daniel Puchko, 59.57, under a minute, Tony.
That's Swift Aquatics. So keep an eye on the athletes that are controlling that race and building into the front half. You start to see them act when they came off that wall. Now you start to see a move.
Daniel
a slight
Puchko.
move. Let's get on our competition's hip.
Great turn there by him.
Least amount of strokes being taken probably is lane number 5, and that is your leader, Puchko.
Brendan Forrest right below him in lane 4, keeping great pace as well. 31.86 for Daniel Puchko, 31.66 for Brendan Forrest there, Tony.
Forrest building into his middle part of his swim, and we'll watch who comes off the wall at the 200. This is a pretty competitive field, so
it really is.
You may see some great racing on the back half of this 400 freestyle.
Approaching that 200-meter mark, Daniel Puchko has a slight lead. Let's check that split time.
Now's when they got to start picking it up, not dropping off.
2:03.86 for Daniel Puchko.
You need those athletes to be hit. Look at Andrew Dye with a 32.07. So
Great split by
again,
him.
watch the splits to see who's making the moves, and that was Dye with the fastest 50 split.
In lane 3, Andrew Dye, but right above him is Brendan Forrest hanging tough.
From G-Tech.
Looks like Andrew Dye is just about ready to hit his stride. He is right behind your leader, Daniel Puchko. Another split coming up.
31.82 for Dye.
Great split.
Fastest swimmer in the pool right now.
Yes, he is.
And again, he's comfortable within his stroke. He doesn't look like he's overworking to go tenths of seconds faster each 50. That's a great skill to have. It's taught by those coaches on an ongoing basis. Maintain that distance per stroke.
Andrew Dye is swimming strongly, Tony.
Getting tight.
He is just about taking over that lead. I think he has it now. Let's check that split time.
Puchko still hanging tough.
Just slightly your leader, Daniel Puchko, 3:09.
But Dye came off the wall strong. And again, these walls are making a difference on places, not just on time.
Andrew Dye, lane 3. Brendan Forrest, lane 4. Daniel Puchko, lane 5. Those three swimmers are very tightly grouped as we approach another split. Puchko again with the very slight lead, 3:41.61.
Dye was a 4:19 this morning. He's going to be under 4:15 tonight.
Andrew Dye, lane 3. Daniel Puchko, lane 5. This is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough, Tony.
He's answering.
Last 10 meters. Daniel Puchko, it looks like he will finish
Who's
first.
got it? Dye.
It is not Daniel Puchko. It's Andrew Dye touching that wall first. 4:12.93. What a great swim by Andrew Dye.
All right, down to the voice of the pool deck now for the introduction of our championship finalists.
Here in the championship for the men's 400 freestyle, in lane 1 from Academy, William Wright. In lane 2 from the Dunlap Dolphins, William Boley. In lane 3 from New Trier, Ian Vandergraaf. In lane 4 from Delta, Ryan Netzel. In lane 5 from Academy, Spencer Walker. In lane 6 from Wheaton, Liam Hutchinson. In lane 7 from Academy, William Camps. In lane 8 from Swift, Xander Guerrero. In lane 9 from Lincoln Way, Joe Botzi. And in lane 10 from NASA, Everett Andrew.
So I want to recognize a swim from the prelims. Jacob Furlong from CWAC, who did not come back this evening, swam a 4:01.97, just off the meet record from this morning. So I expect to see some great racing tonight. We see the two-time champion already at Senior State in Liam Hutchinson in this race, and we know that he is going to have some great closing speed. Spencer Walker, who set his own backstroke meet record this morning, is going to be a force in here as well. And let's not forget about Will Camps. How did he finish off that 400 IM last night?
Just amazingly to catch Nicholas Vance there in that race last night. An outstanding swim from Camps.
All right, well, I'm looking for some fast swimming going on tonight. So just some great racing. You know what I'm saying?
We've had that all day, Tony, and these young athletes, they're competitive, they're focused, they want to compete, and they want to win. And that, to me, is what's the most exciting part about this.
Right now, William Bolly over here from Dunlap Dolphins swim team is your early leader.
Bottom of your screen, lane 2.
Hutchinson looks like he is right on his pace on the way out. 58.78.
58.46 for William Boley in lane 2.
We know Liam's going to the key component to this 400 freestyle sometime, and he's got somebody on his left-hand side, and that's Will Camps. The key here is not to let somebody get on that hip drag off of you through this race. So sometimes that second 100 is important. In other words, where you wouldn't want to expend a lot of energy and just be smooth and controlled and building into your halfway point, you got to stay away from somebody using you as a NASCAR term in drafting, for an example. But Liam came off that wall so strong down at that end, he kind of nixed that.
32-1 split for Liam Hutchinson in lane 6.
30.21 split. So he's still under 2 minutes mark on the way out. So let's see if he chases that 4:01 meet record, that 4:01.29. Was set last year. Some great races we had last summer, just like this summer. 159.35 for Hutchinson. He's at 30.36.
That is a great split.
Now, last year when Sam Ida set this meet record of 4:01.29, there was a head-to-head race going on. Liam's out there by himself right now. Let's see if he can maintain that drive without somebody pushing him, because he is well ahead of the field.
About a body length lead on his nearest swimmer. That is William Boley in lane 2.
Now, what I watched him do there that I thought was pretty impressive, how he built his tempo into the wall. You actually saw him increase his tempo on his last 3 strokes to get in and out of his turn.
And that has doubled his lead almost over William Boley.
Well, Boley is he's just out there just being relaxed, nice relaxed shoulders, not overusing his legs. Now, you know Camps is going to come on, so let's see how Boley hangs tough here.
I'm definitely looking
now,
forward to Camps.
If he can hit a 30-point low here,
let's check it out.
Let's see what happens. 30.52, and if he can come home, he's got to come home right at 00.
It's going to be close, Tony.
Or 101 flat. Let's see if he can get home. See if his coaches get on him on the way back home. That 4:01.29.
He's got a shot.
He saw the 4:01.92 this morning. Been great to see Jacob Furlong and Hutchinson go head-to-head tonight. But can he break this record out there by himself? He seems to be engaged to be able to do this. What's the split?
That is a great split from Liam Hutchinson.
30.17. Here he goes. Boley still hanging tough for second.
Approaching the last 25 meters.
He saw that great swim this morning. He is engaged.
Liam Hutchinson.
Doing that by yourself? Man, that is tough. Come on, get home,
this race
son.
is Liam Hutchinson. Let's see.
Boley picking it up. He's hanging strong.
Looks like Boley might
look
get
at this
second
tempo
place.
into the turn.
But Liam Hutchinson, 3:59.52, 29.14 on that last split for Liam Hutchinson. A great championship swim from him. William Boley is second. Camps comes in third. Boy, that was a dominant swim by Liam Hutchinson.
Well, that was a national level swim. That was a junior national time standard. A new meet record as well. Liam Hutchinson, his third win so far this competition. Great swim.
Yes, indeed.
So now we're headed towards the awards breaks. I want to recognize Kevin McCaffrey, our voice of the pool deck that we use quite often, and recognize our crew, Matthew Ward, Jason Pfeiffer, Tamara Knighton, and Eddie Parker. Our crew, both on the production truck and next to me, my partner.
I am.
Voice of the pool deck. Our voice of the production truck up here with me. So exciting to have this crew. These guys are experienced. They've worked with me before in the winter season, and we kind of flow like a fine-tuned machine right now.
Well, we're definitely doing that. To use a swimming term, we're gliding right along, as we would like to thank, Illinois Swimming would like to thank the following sponsors. Xfinity is the official cable and internet provider for Illinois Swimming and the official sponsor of all Illinois Swimming Championship Meet webcasts. Speedo is an official sponsor of the Illinois Swimming LSC and all championship meets. At Athletico Physical Therapy, we know there is freedom from pain and you can get back to doing the things you love. If pain is slowing you down, visit athletico.com/appointments to request your complimentary injury screening and start feeling better today. We are proud to be the official provider of physical therapy for Illinois Swimming. Athletico Physical Therapy, better for everybody. The All-American Swim Team store is the official supplier and sponsor of Illinois Swimming and Team Illinois. Oceans Apparel is a proud sponsor of Illinois Swimming. Over the past 17 years, Oceans Apparel has helped organizations raise over $2 million to help support youth athletics. Stop by their booth to pick up your official event merchandise and see all of the different styles and prints they have to offer. Remember to ask the Oceans Apparel representative how they can help raise funds for your organization. Marriott is an official sponsor of USA Swimming. The Labs is a unique, technologically driven swim training and fitness facility. Their custom low pools are equipped with underwater and above water cameras to provide swimmers with a 360-degree view of their stroke, as well as mirrored bottoms for instant visual feedback. We'd also like to recognize Team Unify, Bag Tags, and Hasty Awards.
In 10th place, her time was 4:33.34 from Lyons, Callahan Dunn. In 9th place, her time 4:32.93 from St. Charles, Audrey Guyette. In 8th place, her time 4:32.37 from Academy, Audrey Coffey. In 7th place, her time 4:31.88 from Woodstock, Peyton Lang. In 6th place, her time 4:31.57 from Patriot, Isabel Pelka. In 5th place, her time 4:29.83 from the Waves of Bloomington Normal, Julia Heimstead. In 4th place, her time 4:26.93 from Fox Valley, Rachel Steggy. In 3rd place, her time 4:26.86 from the Wolfpack, Abby Taute. In 2nd place, her time 4:24.96 from St. Charles and Taviern. And your champion in the long course women's 400 freestyle at a time of 4:23.35 from Academy Bullets. Please congratulate Kaylee Lovell. Thank you, ladies. We need our men's championship finalists in Event 22 immediately for awards. A men's Event 22 Awards ready immediately. Championship finalists for awards in the men's 400 freestyle. In 10th place is time 4:24.19 from Academy William Wright. In 9th place is time 4:14.34 from Swift Aquatics Xander Guerrero. In 8th place is time 4:14.02 from Lincoln Way Joe Bozzi. In 7th place is time 4:13.42 from NASA Everett Andrew. In 6th place is time 4:12.16 from Delta Ryan Netzel. In 5th place is time 4:11.35 from Academy Spencer Walker. In 4th place is time 4:10.23 from Nutrier Ian Vandergraaf. In 3rd place is time 4:08.50 from Academy William Camps. In 2nd place is time 4:06.77 from the Dunlap Dolphins William Boley. And your champion in the men's long course 400 freestyle, sizzling at 3:59.52, a new meet record from Wheaton. Please congratulate Liam Hutchinson. Thank you, gentlemen.
Final event here of the day, Day 3, 2018 Illinois Swimming Championships. We have the women's 400-meter medley relay. And from Academy Bullets E relay team in lane 1, it'll be Kennedy Lovell. From Academy Bullets D, it'll be Isabella Patel in lane 2. From St. Charles A, it'll be Ann Margaret Tavierne in lane 3. In lane 4, from Patriot Aquatic A relay, Ashley Carollo. From Academy Bullets A in lane 5, Jessica Jerian. In lane 6, Academy B, Catherine Mueller. Academy C is in lane 7, that's Kelly Seago. Nutrier Aquatics is in lane 8. Their A team is Shannon Kearney. In lane 9, from NASA Wildcat A will be Riley Lanigan. And in lane 10, from the B relay in Patriot Aquatic, Sophia Gushina.
So 100 backstroke is the leadoff for the 400 medley relay, and the sunset is making a difference down at that turn end. We're seeing a little bit of glare in the swimmer's eyes going into that turn down there. Meet record 4:19:39 set last year at this meet by St. Charles swim team. We saw a record go down last night and a close one as well, so let's see if any meet records can fall tonight.
Let's look at lane 8 right now. That is Shannon Kearney. As we move to the second leg, Sydney Van Overmyeren in lane 1 for Academy. Samantha Lorich will be in lane 2. Kayla Jones will be in lane 3. Hannah Lou
St. Charles swim team A, yeah.
from Patriot A will be in lane 4. Julia Krall from Academy A will be in 5. Madeline Winnick from Academy B in lane 6. Kelsey Krish from Academy C will be in 7. Casey Vinn from New Trier A will be in 8. Annika Wagner from NASA A is in lane 9, and Drew Petteritt from Patriot B is in lane 10.
New Trier A kind of came out of the gate strong with a good lead-off backstroke leg, but also your breaststroker now in the water over there in lane number 8. You called it. It's Casey Venn now.
She's swimming a strong breaststroke.
All right, so the lead here, or the challenge here, if you've got a medley relay who is ahead after the breaststroke and your flyer hits the water, fly in the air is the much fastest part of the race, but if your flyer's in the water when everybody else is swimming breaststroke, you've got a distinct advantage. So that's New Trier's advantage right here going into the third leg.
That will be Sarah Limbu from Academy E. Audrey Coffey from Academy D in lane 2. Hannah Poshazinski from St. Charles A in lane 3. Emma Gleason from Patriot A, she's in lane 4. Cameron Stride will be in lane 5 from Academy A. Athena Yee from Academy B will be in lane 6. Lindsay Merck will be in lane 7 from Academy C. New Trier A in lane 8, that'll be Audrey Richardson. Sophia Vargas from NASA A will be in lane 9. And Nicole Pinter from Patriot B will be in 10.
All right, so that 19.39. Let's keep an eye on that meet record. Remember, relay scored double the points. So as you go down through the meet, you'll notice that the team scores are directly affected a great deal by the depth of the relays that you put in the water. Coming on strong in lane number 4. Don't count them out right now, and that is Pack A. All right, who's the anchor legs for these teams?
Will be Kiera McGowan in lane 1. Emily Regula in lane 2 from Academy D. From St. Charles A will be Kaylee Lewis in lane 3. Isabel Pelka will be in lane 4 from Patriot A. Natalie Ungaretti from Academy A will be in lane 5. Allison Penrod will be in lane 6 from Academy B. Sydney Kelly will be in lane 7 from Academy C. Joelle Orr will be in lane 8 from New Trier A. Cassidy Coughlin, will be in lane 9 from NASA A. And from Patriot B, Elizabeth Long.
Well, the anchor leg, Joelle Orr over there for New Trier A, looks to have a commanding lead going into the wall. Good relay exchange. Being challenged over here in lane number 4 by Pack A. And that anchor leg for lane number 4 is Isabella Pelka.
But New Trier A has a slight lead last 25 meters, but in lane 4, Isabel Pelka is closing fast. Tony, this is going to be a good race. Last 15 meters, who will it be? Isabella Pelka.
That could be a meet
or
record
Joelle
here.
Orr.
Could be a meet record
Who
here.
will touch that wall first? It looks like Joelle Orr will. And New Trier A at 4:19:03.
Yeah, meet record.
Moving on to the men now.
Congratulations, New Trier.
In lane 1, from Joliet A, will be Jordan Ovanik.
Go ahead. You're on.
In lane 2, from St. Charles A, will be Nicholas Borick. From Glenview A, in lane 3 will be Ryan Purdy. Benjamin Kimmel will be in lane 4 from Academy B. Ryan Gritley from New Trier A will be in lane 5. Academy Bullets A, first leg will be Spencer Walker in lane 6. Joshua DeLordo from Reach Aquatics, 18, will be in lane 7. Giancarlo Wanzeller from Academy C will be in lane 8. Kareem Bitar from Lions Aquatics A relay will be in lane 9. And from the Glenview Titan B relay, Judd Fishman.
I would say that I would put the money on New Trier and Academy to have the leadoff legs here, because we saw the battle in the 100 backstroke. Spencer Walker set that meet record in the morning. Ryan Gridley took the win and missed it by a 100th of a second at night. They're both going into the wall almost neck and neck. Let's see who takes the leadoff leg here, and it is Gridley.
Yep.
New Trier having a hot night right now.
They are.
A lot
They
of
are,
great
Tony.
swims for them.
As they swim their last 25 meters, the second leg will have Matthew Sinise from Joliet A. Keegan Hawkins from St. Charles A will be in lane 2. Max Ida from Glenview A will be in lane 3. Ethan Twang from Academy B will be in lane 4. Charles Scheinfeld from New Trier A will be in lane 5. Caleb Carlson from Academy A will be in lane 6. Adrian Lodars from Reach Aquatics A will be in lane 7. Jack O'Connor from Academy C is in lane 8. Michael Flynn from Lions A will be in lane 9. And Kyle Hathaway from Glenview B will be in 10.
New Trier 56.81 for Gridley on the way out was faster than his individual time. So he actually swam faster on the backstroke leadoff. Scheinfeld, the champion in the 100 breaststroke, is now in the water for New Trier. Meet record 353.32 set in 2017 by New Trier.
Wow.
That is Gridley, Scheinfeld, Gridley, and McGowan. So let's see if this relay takes down this New Trier relay can beat its own meet record.
They're definitely racing against themselves as we will start that third leg. In lane 1 will be Marshall Holt from Joliet A. Nathaniel Baxter will be in lane 2 from St. Charles A. Quinn O'Loughlin from Glenview A will be in lane 3. Ryan Seago from Academy B will be in lane 4. Patrick Gridley from New Trier A will be in lane 5. Horace Chow from Academy A will be in lane 6. Colin Williams from Reach Aquatics A will be in lane 7. Nolan Fergus from Academy C will be in lane 8. Christopher Phillips from Lions A will be in lane 9. And Sam Salganic from Glenview B will be in 10.
New Trier in control of this race. Well, we're here in lane number 3, GTAC A starting to press Academy A just a little bit. Let's see how that plays out. We have the Gridley twins, both of them going to Northwestern University. Patrick and Ryan showing that they have some great potential for collegiate swimming here.
Dominating this leg here as we go up on the anchor, we'll have Jacob Posavashik from Joliet A in lane 1. Richard Williams will be in lane 2 from St. Charles A. Elliot Chen from Glenview A will be in lane 3. William Raitt from Academy B will be in lane 4. Pierce Bailey from New Trier A will be in lane 5. William Camps from Academy A will be in lane 6. In lane 7, Reach Aquatics A, that is Nicholas Nevins. Henry Bliss will be in lane 8 from Academy C. David Rack from Lions A will be in lane 9. And Jacob Shapiro from Glenview B will be in 10.
All right, what's left undone? Holy cow, look over here in lane number 3 how GTAC has come on Academy A right now. It may take second place.
Definitely a battle there for second place, Tony.
3:53 is the meet record.
But this is New Trier A's medley. Let's see who will reach second place. Lane 3, that is Glenview A. And in lane 6, that is Academy. Let's see who will get GTAC, will get that second place finish. And Academy A will come in third.
So we're going to take you into our final set of awards this evening for the 400 medley relays, and then we will do a quick wrap up. Talk to you about tomorrow. We'll start a little bit early in finals tomorrow night, same time in the morning, 8:30. We'll talk to you about that order of events coming up after our awards.
you clean up that area around you, please don't make our volunteers work any harder than they have to. They already work really hard. Please do your best to clean up the area around you. Swim teams, how about pitching in a little bit and cleaning up the area around you? We'd really appreciate it. Thank you much. righty, let's welcome out the championship top 3 teams in the women's 400 medley relay. Third place, their time was 4:23.90 for Academy Bullets A team. In second place, their time was 4:19.73 for Patriot A. And your champions in event 23, the women's 400 medley relay long course at a meet record time, 4:19.03, Shannon Carney, Casey Venn, Audrey Richardson, Joelle Orr. Please congratulate New Trier. Thank you, ladies. The top 3 finishing relay teams in the men's 400 medley relay. In third place, their time was 3:56.31 for the A team of Academy Bullets. In second place, their time was 3:56.22 for the A team of Glenview Titans. And your long course summer champions for the men's 400 medley relay at a meet record time of 3:50.30. Ryan Gridley, Charles Scheinfeld, Patrick Gridley, Pierce Bailey. Please congratulate New Trier.
All right, that wraps up our competition on day 3 of the senior championships here at the Recplex. 6 meet records fall today. 6 meet records fall today. Amazing night of swimming.
As we check those scores,
our team scores after today's finals competition. Yup. If I press the right button, we'd have a better chance at it, you know? Academy Bullets leading the competition with 1,806. New Trier Aquatics with a great night, both individual swims and relays. In second at 650, St. Charles at 477. Patriot Aquatic with a good night as well, 447.5. Wrapping out our top 5 is NASA Wildcats with 304. What's on the docket for tomorrow?
as we finish up on day 4, it'll be the 1,500 meter freestyle, the 200 meter backstroke, the 100-meter freestyle, and the 200-meter butterfly. Excuse me, there's one more. After that, the 400-meter freestyle relay.
We'll be on the air in the morning again at 8:30 a.m. or 8:15 is when we'll probably click the button to go live. But tomorrow night, the final start at 5 o'clock, so we will be on the air about 4:45. So, again, wrap it up for us here.
That's where you can catch us, again, right around 5 o'clock tomorrow here at the 2018 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships. For Tony Young, I'm Jay Pfeiffer. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.